Hey, hello everyone. Let's see God. I wanna see your face, yeah. I love you, wanna see you. Greetings, everyone. Greetings, good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I wanna see you. See you, see you. I wanna see your face, yeah. See you, see you. Oh, you're your friend. I miss you. Yeah, I miss you. Yeah. Welcome, Cornelius. So good to get to take it. I miss you. The bad pie. My baby, my baby, my baby. It's only good to have you here, Queen. Thank you so much for you. The board prize, thank you so much for coming. Welcome. Cornelius, welcome. AE29, welcome. I am good, gorgeous. I am good. It's like the land of London. Pretty happy. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you. Pretty happy. Welcome. Mommy Pechi, welcome. Thank you so much. Let's link up. I want to see your face, yeah. I know you job. I want to see your face, yeah. Welcome, welcome. AE29 fashion. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much. 1 minute, guys. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you. It's like the land of London. Thank you so much, guys. Welcome. Good to have you all. Woo! Amazing, amazing people. Thank you. Mommy Pechi, good to have you here. Thank you, Mommy. Yeah. Woo! Thank you so much. Welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Mommy Pechi Health and Wellness. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Welcome, everyone. Giggles 99. Oyoyo Fresh Cornelius. Thank you so much. The ball fight. Pretty happy. God bless you all for joining the stream tonight. It's a pleasure. How has your day been? It's midweek already, so soon. And we can't help but thank God for the grace to have seen this very day. We can't help but say thank you, Lord, for an amazing day like this. We know it's not been easy, work, business, and all that running up and down, yet we managed to still find time to, come do this daily. Thank you, guys. I appreciate. God bless you all. And today we'll be talking about managing depression in a war at a time like this, in today's world. And we're asking the question, is social media a contributing factor? And we will also be looking at the good old days, comparing the good old days with today's 21st century, today's technological world, today's social media world. Yeah, thank you so much. Welcome to official day of fall. Really? Yeah! Oh, that's so beautiful. That's amazing. And everywhere is just gonna be filled with flowers and leaves, colorful leaves everywhere falling. Oh, I love falls. Thank you so much. That's amazing. Yeah. Woo! Welcome to falls, guys. Thank you so much, Oyoyo, for that. So we're looking at managing depression in today's world, filled with, with different kinds of things. Today's world that is so, that we're so consumed with social media. In today's world, that everyone has a smartphone, in today's world where different social media platforms are out there for our entertainment, yet the level of depression is on the increase. The level of suicide is on the increase. And we ask ourselves, with all these things that has been made available for us, with all the provision, with all the opportunities this technology has offered us and given to us, why the increase in suicide? Why the increase in mental, disability? Why the increase? Why the increase in depression? Why are people falling deeper and deeper despite all the entertaining social media platforms like TikTok, like Instagram? There are so many we don't even know, but at least the ones we know that we are very conversant with. TikTok, of course, you click on your TikTok right now, all you're going to see is dancing, jokes, all kinds of entertainment you can think about. Yet, with all these things that have been made available for us, the rate of depression is on the increase. We're going to be looking at this. What is the reason? What is the cause? Is it that these social media platforms are adding? Is it a contributing factor to how people feel today? So thank you guys. Welcome. That is just practically what we'll be discussing today. And we know already that depression is a mental disorder, like a mental health disorder characterized by persistent depression of mood and loss of social activities. I don't want to go deep into the dictionary definition, because we all understand what depression means. It is a mental state that gets you feeling so dejected, empty, that you don't have interest in life. And in most cases, in the most severe cases, people begin to think about taking their own lives or even hurting themselves. If depression is not well managed, this is what it leads to: self-destruction, hurting oneself, and even our loved ones. So what are the reasons? Why are we? Yeah, we are empty, and that's why. Yeah, Cornelius said we are empty, and that's why. Now the question is, Cornelius, we are empty. What is causing the emptiness? Because I remember, like I said, we'll be connecting this with the good old days. Let me use the time I was born in the 80s. Okay, I am a product of 80s. So if we want to compare that, back then we don't have gadgets, we don't have social media. There was nothing like, we're not even that. Back home in Nigeria, we're not that good with internet. I mean, the internet is just beginning to come. It's not something that has come to stay like today. And then we don't have anything like cell phone. It was more like a landline. More like line, when you receive a call, when that landline rings, you see everybody rushing, to go know who is calling, and then you struggle to put your ear on the receiver so that you can hear and know who is talking. And it was more fun back then. Back then, we don't have all this. We have just one landline. Olufunke, welcome. Thank you so much. We have just one landline, yet the rate of depression back then is not as it is today. The rate of depression back then, like, you hardly hear that a teenager even commits suicide. Hey, Nemuza, welcome. Thank you so much. Are you guys done with the master class? Please, so take note too, because I would like to borrow note from somebody. Thank you so much for coming, Nemuza. I appreciate you. Lufunke, welcome. Thank you so much. So back in those days, in those good old days, because I choose to call it the good old days, because I still remember, I still have at least clear memory of what life used to be back then and what life is today. And then comparing it with what we see with our young ones. We see young children, teenagers of 13, 14, 15, slipping into depression. And you're wondering, what is it we have? They have all the gadgets you can think of. Right from when these children are born, they have their iPad or their tablets with them. So they go there, you play music, you let them watch cartoon and all that, which we, back in the 80s, never really had the opportunity. We never experienced that. But you see these children slipping into depression. What is the reason? What is the cause? Number one thing I noticed is that lack of attention. lack of attention. Now, children, teenagers especially, welcome Juba, thank you so much. Welcome guys, please as you're coming in, kindly smash the like in case you have forgotten to do so. Thank you guys, please smash the like. Teenagers these days are so preoccupied and consumed with social media. It's as if they're looking for and seeking for attention at all costs. When a teenager uploads a picture right now, he or she is so agitated and is filled with anxiety, wondering how many likes am I getting? They're checking to know how many likes, how many people have liked that picture. So you see people do all sorts of things, dancing and doing anything, like even the most awkward things, you can find them on social media these days, also as to draw attention. The attention they are not getting from home. The attention they don't get from the society, like they don't get from their immediate environment, from their parents. They are seeking for this attention online. Something I saw a video a couple of days ago, a young lady of 15 years, if I am not mistaken. The mother was making a video, pretty happy, welcome, thank you so much. Thank you guys. The mother made a video showing the destruction this little girl has made in the house. You need to see, she practically broke everything breakable in the house. She destroyed anything you can think of, from the television to the laptop, her work laptop. Everything in the house was smashed. Everything, down to the toilet seat, down to the water system, everything was smashed. Anything she couldn't, I don't know whether she used hammer, but from what the mother explained, the girl is big, though she's 15, but she's very tall and she's already on the big side. So she could hold onto those things and smash them easily. And then people were criticizing this when the video came online. It was leaked, according to the mother, because she said she never permitted anybody to upload that video. She wanted it to be a private thing. She made that video and trusted someone, the person who was with her, to keep it a secret, but the person leaked the video, which is what we see in today's world. People are waiting for opportunity to just leak videos. Sorry, one moment, guys. Sorry guys, it's an emergency call and I just need to take it. I'm so sorry, please. I don't mean to be rude, but it's a call that has been coming in and I needed to pick it. Thank you guys, I appreciate you. James Gippy, welcome. Thank you, Juba Ward. I appreciate everyone here. So, like I was saying, the girl is 15 and she's on the big side. So the mother trusted someone with that clip and it was leaked, which is what we are facing today. Everyone is waiting for an opportunity to leak a video. And once this video is leaked, somebody will begin to deal with depression. Somebody is embarrassed and humiliated online. So we have lost our human touch, human feeling, not minding what that is going to cost another person. So the video, circulated, and people were trashing the lady and also trashing the young girl. They were like, this is an irresponsible child. The mother didn't bring her up well. This is the result of wrong parenting, when you're busy chasing money, work parenting and all that. Like, they really bashed at the mother and the girl. Some were like, if it's Africa, just return that girl back home. Return her back home and see what we're going to. Just send her to the village and she will receive the beating of her life. Everything. Then the mother felt bad with all the comments she saw regarding this video. And you know what happened? She came back online. When do space, welcome. Thank you so much. Being a carer with cares, welcome, gorgeous. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, guys. As you're coming in, please kindly click the like. Thank you so much. They shouldn't have leaked it, especially since it's a minor. Thank you, Nemuzo. Susan, how about tips? Thank you so much. Welcome. So now the mother had to come out again to explain that this girl has a mental disorder, that she's not in her right mind, that this girl needs help, and they are doing all they can, and that the girl, something triggered it. That was why she did that. And she's not happy that the video is out on social media. Thank God the face of this girl was not shown. The mother didn't show the face. Imagine what would have happened to this little girl already dealing with depression. Unfortunately, this is the world we live in today. People waiting for an opportunity. You see someone's nude, a private nude, you just pick on it. You have misunderstanding with a loved one, even down to husband, boyfriend, lovers. You take the opportunity, something that was given to you in confidence, something that someone decided to confide, just shared with you. You go out there and share it on social media just to shame and humiliate that person. You share secret with a best friend, hoping that you guys are best friend, and then you needed an advice or you just confided on the person. The next thing, when you have misunderstanding, you just begin to share these things out to the public. Something that was told to you in confidence, you share it out. So social media has become a tool for people to use to destroy others and even destroy themselves. Because a lot of things we see today is that people do things and upload on social media without really thinking about tomorrow, forgetting that the internet has a long memory. When this person said these days, people just share everything, not minding. Yes, not minding. They don't care what happens. They don't care. And the more these things go on, the more people are falling into depression, especially teenagers. Especially teenagers. Now take a look at the rate at which young people are having, mental breakdown. Mentally, they are no longer strong. They can't take certain things. Yeah, that is why they will share. Yeah, that is why they share something like that. Okay, why will they share something like that? Thank you. I don't know. Now, there's another time I saw a clip of a young guy. This problem sharing is shame, and some YouTubers are even doing that. Thank you. But the mother erred by recording it since she knew the girl had a condition. Yeah, the chief family, welcome. Thank you so much. Cornelius, now she made that video, okay, so that before she will fix the house, she's seen the damage. I mean, I would have even done the same thing. But the good thing the mother did was she never shared the picture of the girl. She didn't call the name of the girl. She didn't show her picture, nor did she record the girl. She only shared the video and she didn't even mention this is what my girl did. She was only saying, look at the level of destruction. And she was crying in that video. Down to her work laptop, she lost a lot. She lost, I mean, the damage done was going to cost her thousands of dollars to be fixed. It's going to cost her a lot. It will cost her a lot to fix that house back, because you need to see what that little girl did to that house. It was something else. Then there's another one we saw. These ones are even Nigerians. A guy of 18 years who, was requesting for something. I think it was a passport. Yeah, she must have recorded it for medical purpose or to get help. Yes, thank you, Nemuzo. I think she did that so that she will have evidence, have something to show as a proof that, okay, this is the state at which the girl is right now. This is her stage, and she really needs the help she's seeking. So she recorded it for a purpose. Now, this young guy of 18 years, from Nigeria. Of course, they've been living in the States with the mother. The father was not around. And this boy from that clip, we saw him breaking everything in the house and pouring away all the mother's food stuff and spices. Why the mother just records and then watch, and then people who came around were trying to interfere, and she said no, they should allow the boy finish what he wants to do. That he has done the worst. Smashed the television, broke the doors, the windows, the table, the center table, the dining table, everything, all the vases, everything was smashed in the house. This is mental breakdown. The boy must have been dealing with a lot, and just a little thing triggered it. Now the essence of this video is this: is social media contributing? We know, yes, it is contributing to some certain extent, but how do we handle it? Comparing it with the good old days, like I said, because I still have at least some pictures of growing up, what growing up used to be like. We play a lot. We played on, on the rain, in the rain, rather. We played outside, all manner of, games. We had our group, our age mates that we play and run around with. I remember even maybe close to 10, I was still running around pant naked. With just panties on. I still bathe outside. There are a lot of things we did back then that you cannot catch anything, any young child doing these days. Parents, even these days, prevent their children from going out to play. They give the excuse that the environment is no longer safe. It's not the way it used to be. And I totally understand with parents. But at least once in a while, even if it means you monitoring their play outside, give children the opportunity to experience childhood. Don't let them grow up too fast. Let them play. Let them enjoy and know and have a feel of what childhood should be. Back then, for those of you who still remember, we go out to play this pangolo, udume, ogene, onye, I can't remember that because we were quite very young, or we do swear, or ten, we do all those things. We play what? Rubber band. We build castles with sand whenever it rains. We do all those things. We see aeroplane passing by and then we're waving at the aeroplane. Aeroplane, buy me biscuits. Aeroplane, buy me biscuits. We had good memories. We had good childhood. We played a lot as children. Alimatu, welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you, welcome. We cooked the young, the girls played with sand. You remember 10? Please, guys, if you remember anyone, drop it in the chat. That is what that one is different too. The boys need serious resetting of brain somewhere in this Cornelius, just good job. You understand? We played, we did all sorts of things. With the girls, we cook. We catch lizard, we catch lizard, those small lizard. We stone them, catch them, and then we use the cover of tomato paste to cut it into meat, and then we put them into the tomato, this thing, set fire and start cooking. We don't eat those things. We cook sand food. Sometimes when our mothers are cooking, we go and take the crumbs that fell in the kitchen and we put them into tomato, this thing, and we start cooking our own. We played mama and papa. We played doctor and lawyers. All those things are beautiful childhood memories. But what do we have today? Social media has taken over. We see all sorts of cartoons. Some of these cartoons are even damaging to the children. Some of the cartoons are damaging to the children. When you take a closer look at some of the cartoons that these children watch, you are going to weep. If you don't listen, if you don't pay close attention to the message, the subtle message embedded in these cartoons, you will not know that these children are picking something. A cartoon where they now teach children that you can actually choose your gender. You can decide to be a boy or a girl. A cartoon where they remove gender completely and they say you can be anything. A cartoon where they now do I don't want to use the word here. Where you can actually, they tell you it's okay for you to be the other person. It's okay to go through the back door. Those are the kind of cartoons that have been embedded into children's cartoons. And as they are growing up, what do you expect? These children lose their identity. They no longer know who they are. They become confused. And they live in that confusion until teenage age. Before you know it, they begin to, exhibit all those things. Depression is real. Depression is real. What we have today, when the child just does, you just give the child your cell phone, keep quiet, and the child will keep quiet. And you put, what are those children cartoons? And then the child will keep quiet. That child needs your attention at that time. That child needed you to carry him or her at that time. That child probably needs a breast milk. That child probably just needs to feel you. But no, all you do is to place the child in the cradle or in a baby walker and give that child just on music from a cartoon and live for that child. When they grow, they start craving for attention. You deprive them your attention right from when they are babies, when they are toddlers. And now that they are teenagers, what do you expect? They start looking for imaginary friends online. Imaginary friends. Friends who are far away, scattered all over the world. They start looking for friends. Guys, I just dropped the link. Please, if you have contribution, join me on this discussion. Please, the link is here, okay? This is real talk here, okay? This is real talk. And then comparing it to when we were growing up back in the 80s. At least I was born in the 80s, so I can really relate to the 80s. I don't know about the 70s and the 60s. So for those of you who are real old school, please, you can gist us a little bit of what life used to be back then and what life is today. I hardly see children come out to play outside with their mates. Then we will roll tire. You know, even it's for the boys, but with the girls, we will not. We still want to join them to do that. You get tired and they stick and you roll around. We cover wrappers on the table, under the table, and stay there. And we act mama and papa, act lawyer. We even act lawyer and doctor, giving fake injection. You just carry something and trick the person's bumper. Okay, your malaria is gone. But it was fun. We were having fun with it. Those are the things that shaped who we are today. How many children, how many parents still allow their children? Unless you go down to the village before you see children really playing. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me, beautiful host. Thank you, amazing people in the chat. You guys are so engaging. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you for joining. So, Salina, welcome. Thank you so much. So, Oyoyo, now we're looking at back then and today, comparing the rate of depression. Because I remember growing up as a young girl, I only heard of one boy back then who was 14 that, hung himself. It was a shocking news. Like the whole neighborhood, people gathered, people were crying. It was a shocking thing, like never seen before. Nobody has ever, like we've never heard such a thing. It's more like an abomination. People were like, God, how? What happened? I remember, I still have a faint memory of that because I was very young, really young, below 10. But I remember we going to see the tree where the boy hung himself. What we see today, young teenagers, any little thing, they pick up razor blade and they slash their hands and bleed. If someone is not there, they bleed to death. What is going on?
Yeah, the host is a difficult one to chew. But one thing I will say, first of all, is that the world is changed. It's no longer what it used to be. I wouldn't say I know much about things going on in the US, when I was born, but I believe they have records, indicating that they had the suicide cases as well. But the thing is, back home then, it was like an omen. It was a taboo to see
Yeah.
somebody do that. It is. I can't say it never happened. It happened, but first of all, we don't have statistics back home to back those
Yeah.
things, because most of those families will not even share. We know what it is
Mm.
to commit suicide in Igbo land. It's a taboo. Once it's out there that this person did that thing, that means the person will be thrown into the deep forest. Okay, there will be no
Yeah,
burial.
Igbo forest.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
there will be no burial for that person. So I believe this thing must have been in practice, or must have been, people must have been
No,
doing
but
this.
even if it was Oyoyo, not the rate, maybe it, one out of 1,000 or even 2,000 or
Yeah,
even less.
yeah, just like I said, we don't have statistics, so we don't know, because we know how to cover things. Family protect each other. Unlike these Oyibo people, they will be the ones that will carry their families, to the media, to the public. But
Mm.
back home, we had that kind of thing. You don't take your family problem outside. So even if those things were happening in numbers, we wouldn't have had those records. Having said that, we can't compare the rate at which is happening today than
Mm.
what it was in the past. Even now in Nigeria, it's now becoming a norm. Somebody is owing money. The next option is to just end it all. Somebody got sacked, lost his job. A woman left the man, he would take their life. A man left a woman, she would
Exactly.
take her life. So we read all of
Exactly.
those and we wonder what's happening to our country, Nigeria. Okay. But I will tell you that even kids now, they still do all the 10 tests. They do all of those. They do. My neighborhood kids, they all gathered to my house with their bucket of chalks. They drew the 10 to 300. You understand? There is this one. Is it hush what?
In America, then,
Yeah, the one they jump on the numbers and you
yeah,
pops up or
like
something like
this.
that. Yeah, they drew it up to 300, and these kids would jump and jump. If you get tired, you start from the beginning until you get to number 300. So it was an exercise for them. I like that.
Yeah.
As old as I am now, I still go under the rain to do rain whatever with my kids. Play under the
Mm.
rain, get wet. Come back, dry yourself, get to fireplace, and then warm up. But the thing is that the social media is not doing any good. Let me even put it this way, to growing up. Is not doing any good to this generation. But if you ask today's generation, they will tell you, this is the best thing that ever happened. To us, what we
Mm.
had was the best. To them, what they have is the best. So we can't convince them otherwise. I tried telling my daughter that when I was like her, I never had a cell phone. She was like, wow, what? I say, yeah. When I was growing up, it was landline. And if you happen to give your number to a young boy saying hello, they will call the line. It's your mother that will answer the phone. So there
Yeah.
were so many restrictions growing up than what it is today. But I
Mm.
believe that social media, especially the fact that it comes with bullying, is causing so much pain in the country where I am than good. When I mean among teenagers, the teenage,
Even
um,
in Nigeria, the rate of trolling and bullying online is outrageous.
it is. Do you know now? My little girl that is 8 years old, if I say, "Oh, I look fat," for example, she said, "Mommy, don't use that word. That word is not good. That is bullying." So in school, the awareness is being created. They keep telling children for them to understand what it is to use certain words on people. It might send that person to the inner room. The person will start thinking of how to harm himself or how to harm herself. The school system is doing what they can, the government, because they found out that bullying, cyber bullying, is a big problem that came with social
Number
media.
one, it's number one leading cause of
Of
depression.
suicide. It
Mm.
is number one among teenagers, among young people. It is number one. A lot of states in the US are passing laws upon laws upon laws on how to do what to arrest this situation. I will call it a menace to the society. That's what it is, cyberbullying. But cyberbullying cannot come without social media. When the first
Mm-hmm.
time I heard about social media, it was Yahoo email. Hey, you open a Yahoo account, you send emails. Before we start hearing about Facebook, you understand?
Yeah.
But things now, a child of 10 years old is on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, blah, blah. The list is
All
endless.
the handles, all the platforms. A young child is on all the platforms.
All the
How do they even
platforms.
manage? Oh, I that am on YouTube right now and Facebook. I don't. If you send me message on Instagram, I'm sorry, I hardly even go there. Not that I don't go there, but once in a while because it's tiring trying to manage 3, 4 social media platforms. Now imagine a teenager or a young child being on TikTok, having Instagram, having Facebook, having YouTube for kids and all that. It is just too much, if you ask me.
Yeah, it
If you
is
ask
too
me.
much, but I still look at it that the responsibility still boils down to the parents. The parents are the one that's supposed to help in controlling this and limiting the extent of bullying in one way or the other. The parent. Why do I say the parent? There is this thing we say in the US, discussion in the dining table, in the kitchen table. Did it turn down the volume of this? There is this thing in the US, they call it how a family is discussed in the kitchen table. When I mean kitchen table, in your kitchen, you say whatever you want to say as a mother, you say whatever you want to say as a father, and those children are listening to you. Okay, if you see a dark skinned a person like myself, you understand, you call me names in the presence of your children, those your children will pick up those things and go and call that person, any person that looks like me, those names, because she or he already picked it up from home. So
Mm,
no matter how we cry about bullying in the US, for example, we have to start from adults in the home. We have to take it back to the families. Let us pass the right messages to our children. Let us
mm.
speak the right words to our children. Because, see, a boy of 6 years old came to my lawn and was calling me nigger. My husband
What?
nearly broke somebody's head that day. A boy
What?
of 6 years old. Because I
You
told him
see
that he
that?
was he was being rude to his sister and I should leave my premises. You understand? So where did he pick it from? From his home.
From his parents.
So if you speak those words to your in front of your children and think, yeah, it doesn't matter, it matters. Because in one word or the other, they are gonna bring it back to the society. They're gonna say those things to another person. Imagine if we were my small girl that they called that name, she will cry for the rest of the day that somebody called her that name. So we should get back to the drawing board and figure out how to solve this problem. No matter how we pass the laws and all the restrictions, if parents do not change their words, the things they speak on their kitchen table in their homes is still going to be the same.
Yeah.
What they do here in the US, if you speak those kind of words, they might give you suspension. Suspension. You can continue to suspend the child before you know it. The thing is not changing. They will refer you to behavioral specialists for you to get help. But does it really solve the problem most times?
Mm-mm.
Arresting
Mm-mm.
it from the root, that's the way forward. Let parents be careful of what they say in the presence of their children. Let me give you an example.
And what they allow these children access to. Well,
Yeah.
Oyoyo, please hold that thought, please. 1 second. Onyas Osamuga, sorry. Onya Osamuga, welcome. And Cooking and More, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Giggles. Lima to Sadia, thank you so much. Please, guys, kindly smash the like. Share if you can. Let's create more awareness on this because day and day, every day, day in, day out, we hear a lot of depressing stories. And like I was saying before now, I'm not trying to cut you short. What children are exposed to is another major reason. For instance, let me use myself as an example. As an adult in her 40s, sometimes I watch the news. When I turn on my television, all I see are negative news. I change the station, the same thing. It is from one crime to the other. It is from one death to the other. It is from one crisis to the other. It is just filled, packed with negativity. Because what we know today is that negative news makes news. And in fact, it is the best news. If it is not negative, then it is not news. So I noticed something. Each time I turn on the television and I watch for a couple of minutes, hour, my mood begins to change. I can be alone in the house, complaining, angry. Why this? Why that? What is this? What? I am talking to myself alone. Then I had to start turning off the television. I learned to turn off the television and not watch anything, because if everything I have to feed my brain with from morning till night is negativity, then I don't need that energy. So these children, imagine now children growing up, the kind of things they watch, the kind of things they're allowed to watch, it affects them, whether we like it or not. It sticks here.
Definitely.
I was telling a story of one little boy talking about the father buying himself. He watched it from somebody played a television, a movie for him. A boy of maybe 3 years or 4 years maximum. And he was talking about the father, was taking his own life. So you can imagine the level of exposure on social media.
Yeah. See, host, like I said, starting from the home is actually the starting point, if at all we are going anywhere. And why do I say the home? There is so much divide, so much hatred, so much in where I live, they call it racist. In Nigeria, it's tribalism, you understand? And all of them are the same. So much of it in the society, that this other side, they're not speaking good of this side is not speaking good of this side. And most of them, they do all these things at home, and their children are picking them up at that young age. That's when they will learn those names before they even start learning them from the TV. The greatest place you learn is from your parents. They learn from the parents. Let me give you an example. I was talking to somebody one time. I said, this person is laughing like laughing jackass. My daughter, my small girl, ran from where she was. Mommy, don't say that word again. I said, oh. All my life, I've been hearing jackass. You understand? I didn't know it meant something very, very bad. I got corrected.
If you separate the word, you will get the meaning.
We don't separate the word when we say it in Igbo language.
But that was when we say it back then, it was nothing, because we were not reading any meaning into it, because we merged the two words, Jack and then Ike. So Jack Ike, you understand? Or Ike Jack. We call it Ike Jack. It's easier if you put it in English.
Exactly,
you don't know what it means.
Exactly. You're giving it interpretation, but you know what it means in the US? It means stupid. So my kids said, I said, oh my goodness, I have to start it. It took a 8-year-old to say, Mommy, no, you don't say that. If you're teaching us not to say bad words, that this one is also bad word. You can't say fat in my house. You can't call somebody fat. And I have skinny children. It's not that I have fat children, but you cannot call anybody fat. My kids will tell you that's bullying. Whether the child is in my house or is outside, you can't call anybody fat. So that is already on their consciousness that they will not say those words, right? If you start on time to teach your children things to say, things that are not allowed, things that are not permitted, things that even God himself frowned at, those children will pick it. Then coming to social media, from age 6 months old, children have the tablets. From 6 months old, they have tablets. We try as much as we can to set the parameters right, so that they will be restricted to what kids could see, right? As they grow older, they begin to explore, because they know how to press all the buttons. They start exploring and start learning other things. They start mixing up with other people. Those that their parents used to curse people in their presence will mix up with them in school, at playground. Wherever you can think of that children go to socialize, they meet each other and they pick a thing or two. What I do as a mother, if I happen to go to any event and come back, I will ask them, okay, any strange word today? Did anybody say any bad thing? We try to take off whatever it is that was learned or acquired from that event and then do a sit down talk so that they will know,
Yeah.
for the fact that that person is saying it does not make it right. For the fact that their parents are not cautioning them does not make it right. Before God,
Mm-hmm.
before man, even is against humanity to say bad words to people because you don't know
Yeah.
what that person is going through. They start early here to teach them. But I've talked about social media, and I can't stop talking about it. I have one or two videos about raising children in this dispensation, in the social media age, and all of that in my channel. Not on this channel for those of you looking at Yo-Yo Fresh. I've talked about it
This is
in
where
my
she does all the juicing and the fresh foods.
yeah. So what did I say in that video, host? I say if you're buying a gadget for your child, please set it with that child's age. If the child is 8, set it with the 8-year-old. Set email for 8 years old so that Google can help you do some certain protections. In terms of YouTube, that child that
And
the phone or
restriction.
gadget, yeah, if the phone, gadget, or whatever is set at age 8, they will not have access to adult YouTube. And also sit down with your growing teenager, boy or girl. Tell them, see, I'm the one paying your phone bill. So I dictate the rules about that gadget you have. I'm the one that bought it. I don't want this app, that app, that app, that app. Make it clear before the phone is even bought. We have to
Yeah.
sit up.
And if they agree to your terms and condition, you give them the phone. If they don't
Yeah.
agree, then it's their loss. Cheke, welcome. Thank you so much, Cheke TV. Welcome, Mel Fierce Fitness. Thank you so much, guys. Please smash the like, okay? And share out. Let's have more people in here. And you can jump on the link. Let's discuss this very disturbing topic because it is something we're seeing daily, and we can no longer continue to keep quiet. We just have to keep speaking about it. And we have Oyoyo's Fresh, which is Oyoyo's World here. Nello side, welcome. Thank you so much. Oyo, please go on. Oh.
So, my dear, the list is if you hear what the other day I was with you on the phone, my daughter started calling me. It's like somebody was vaping in the bus. You remember?
Yes, I
Yeah.
remember.
So eventually it happened that it wasn't vaping, that it was just an outside smoke coming into their bus because I was panicking as a mother. So to tell you that at my daughter's age, they've already known what vaping is. There are some
Vaping
people in the
is.
school, they talk about vaping, this. There are so many characters you meet at school. So many. But when your child is back from school, do you do a sit down, a recap of what happened in the day? Do a
Mm-hmm.
recap with that child so that you can claim your child back every day. Every day you go, if she goes out or he goes out, come back, see that child. What happened to that at school? Did anybody say a bad thing to you? It is difficult for us, especially the colored children. It is more difficult for them. Just for the fact that their skin is dark, they will call them ugly. The fact that their hair is coarse, a fussy, they will call them ugly. So this bullying is not just until they put a knife or a weapon on you. It's the word they speak, the things they write about these children. It's
Mm.
getting so bad. It's getting so
Well,
bad, but we have to sit up. Welcome, Sister
thank
Fechi.
you. Thank you
Thank
so much,
you.
Oyoyo. Please still hold on there. Mommy Fechi, welcome. Thank you so much for coming. Welcome,
Thank you,
BMC. I
everyone.
appreciate you. Thank you so much. Mommy Fechi, welcome. I know you will love this. I know you have a lot to give to us, and I'm particularly grateful that you are here because this is what you are treating daily.
Mm. Yes, because I know in my job, I deal with a lot of people with depression. But before I even go there, um, I really jumped up because of what Oyoyo was discussing. And I want to say something there first before I talk about my experience with depression and the people I work with. When you were talking, I'm thinking, okay. I thought it was people like us that raised, that had our children in the 80s as well, that will think, oh, from school, old school, that you are so strict with your children. I didn't know that there are still some sensible parents now who can also do the same thing. Because trust me, with experience, when you start on time at home from very young age to teach them the right thing, it's very difficult for them to be um, to, distracted by other people outside or to be influenced by other people outside. Sometimes it's the other way around. They influence the other ones because the other ones will know that, oh, so and so is not going to join us. And when they say certain words, the child, because from the upbringing, I remember, okay, let me take for example, I raised up sons. They were all raised up here in UK. So sometimes when we go out or with them in those days, and somebody uses a bad word like F word, the way they will cringe and with the corner of their eyes, they look at me and dad like, oh God, because they know that this kind of word is not something that is allowed. So they know, even though they are mates and they are schoolmates and some of them use these words, they cringe when it's used and they tell them that it's not a right word to use, whether it changes anything or not. It's not the issue. The issue is that you are looking after your own. But I have to also say that sometimes I don't really put the blame at all, not even the whole blame, but at all on those children, because when you hear some of the parents, the words, what they say, the use of F word and this is like chewing gums for them. It's just a norm.
Mm-hmm.
So when you hear them using such words, their children, that's what they grew up to hear, and to them it's nothing. So it's not really the children's fault because the parents, they just use these words and they talk anyhow and they call people all these names in front of their children and they pick these things up and they think that is actually correct. I
Yeah.
remember when our sons were growing up, I remember a particular English boy that was their friend. That boy always here, he comes all the way. He likes my chin chin. He likes akara and things like that. He's just a African boy in white skin. But when he comes to our house, he's so happy the way things are organized and things like that. He actually learned. To the extent that the mom one day met me and was like, what is it that you give or teach my son when he comes to your house? He has changed a lot. So what I'm trying to say, parents, we need to do more. We can never be too busy for our children. This idea of giving them gadgets to shut them up, you shove them in one sofa there, give them a mobile phone or whatever gadget is available for them to keep quiet so you can start gossiping or doing other things that you've got to do. It's not actually helping that child because that their development age, when they are quite young, whatever they pick at that time is retained in their subconscious and it's difficult for them to take it, to get rid of it. So people will say, oh yeah, in fact, I was disappointed. One grandma came from Nigeria to see her child, her daughter and her obviously grandchildren. And the way the 10-year-old was behaving, I was actually telling them because her daughter always tells me, "Oh, look at this, my daughter, this and that." I did my best, but the girl was, and I thought, "Okay, grandma came from Nigeria," and I said to her, "This your granddaughter? Maybe you will influence from Nigeria. Can you talk to her?" Do you know? I was shocked when this woman said to me, "Hey, because leave it. Oh, these children of nowadays, that's how they all behave now." Hey,
That is the word, that is the excuse a lot of
hey.
parents give.
I
These children,
was
children of nowadays, they have a
nowadays.
mind of their
That's
own.
how they all. No, the way she used the word. That's how they all behaved. And I
Hmm.
stopped her there. I said, I'm disappointed. I
Mhm.
said, and it's not how they all behave. I said, what have you just said? So you have just um. Honestly, that statement. Each time I remember it, I'm like, what are we talking about? This is a grandmother that I thought like if you told the grandson, say, please do this. But now for her to say this, how can her daughter control that child? How?
Yeah.
So we just have to do more to help our children because from experience, what you instill in them when they are in their developmental age, it will stick with them. So what Oyoyo is saying is very correct. When you say something, sometimes we use some words and we don't even know the actual meaning, and our sons will be like, "Mom, What are you saying? I'm like, what does that mean? And then they will explain, like, oh, okay. Because they know that they're surprised that you're saying that, baby, because you don't know what that meant in their own language. So they'll correct you. That's what I'm talking about. So, parents, can we not be too busy for our children? They did not ask us to bring them into the world. So there's no point
Mm.
in telling them off, you're disturbing me. What have I done to you? No, what have you done to them? They haven't done anything to you because you brought them into the world. So we
Mm.
have to really make a conscious effort and
Yeah.
create time for our children because they grow so quick. You
Yeah.
know, Mine, look at them, they're all, when I look back, I'm like, where has the time gone? Where are they all? They grow
Mm.
so quick. As soon as they hit 1 year, start walking around, and then they hit school, primary school at the age of 5. That's it. Before you know anything that you do not teach them before they start that nursery and primary one, you've lost it because
Yeah.
they go out there in the school.
Absolutely.
They go out there in the school. They will teach them, and
Mhm.
whatever they teach
Yes.
them there, that's what they will take because you did not do your own work at home.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the sad thing.
Wow.
Yes, social media, yes, all well and good, social media. However, we should not hide under the cover of. Do you know what? My children, they weren't born they were all born in the 80s, and then one of them, the last one, born in the 90s. But do you know that they didn't have any television in their rooms until they actually, I can't even remember. In fact, when I say until, they look at me and say, until when, mom? We never had. As far as we can remember, there's one television in the conservatory, there's one in the living room, and that's the one we always watch, the one in the conservatory. They,
Sister
they,
Fechi,
they didn't
Sister
take
Fechi,
it back.
let me say something before I forget. My
Yeah.
kids, they don't have television in their room, so
Okay.
no. And they are
Yes.
just 8 and 12. No television.
Yes.
I have three television, actually four. They were in the basement. I have four television, and three are, consistently used, but not in their bedroom.
No.
Never.
No. Never. Mine never had television in their bedroom. And any parent leaving television in their children's bedroom, that's disaster because you don't know what they're watching. You may just say, oh, you set it up to age 8 or whatever. There's other ways they can manipulate these things, or they can just start watching it till late. They may not even sleep when they're supposed to sleep. So they may
Mm-hmm.
watch it till late, and in the morning they should be going to school. They're so groggy, they'll go to school, they cannot concentrate because you left television in their rooms. It's not, it doesn't show big manism that oh, my children have TV in their
Mm-hmm.
room.
No.
No. No,
No.
mine never did.
Mm-hmm.
They never did, and
No.
it didn't do anything to them. They
At
all
all.
did very well in their lives, and and they never complained because they didn't know any better.
Yeah.
That was what they were brought up to know, that there's no television in the room, and that's it.
Yeah.
So let us try. And then when it comes to depression, just quickly, because as I say, what job I do, I have a lot of we do a lot of people come to us with who are depressed due to one reason or the other. Now, I know that depression is real, and back home, people are so, even here, it's now that people are coming out of their shell when they are depressed to say it, because once that word mental health, depression is a form of mental health. People don't want that because of the stigma, so they just try to hide the fact that they are depressed. However, sometimes it goes to the other extreme. Somebody will have a little bit of problem. Oh, I'm depressed. And they start using it themselves. Oh, I'm
Thank
so depressed.
you.
Yes, I'm so
Thank you. I
depressed.
was
Yeah,
coming there
I'm
too.
depressed.
Thank
Yeah, so
you.
it's one extreme or the other. People, yes, have depression. At the same time, people claim it, so sort of invite it into their lives because they see their friend or their mate, oh, he's depressed and he's on medication and he's having counseling and he's having all these sympathies, and yes, I'm a bit depressed as well. But let's talk about the genuine depression. Yes, people are genuinely depressed, and there are various things from what I've noticed with the people I've dealt with. There are various reasons why people are depressed, and one of the major ones from what I've seen is a family history. If the mom, so there's one I've noticed, that the mom, the grandmom, and it's just like that. It's been going on like that. And because of that, even though that person may not really be that depressed, but because she now tells me, oh, yeah, my grandma had depression, my mom had it, yeah, and I'm quite moody, so I'm depressed. So they're now, it's now running in their family. They're now waiting for their own turn to become depressed. So again, family history of depression can be a problem, but it doesn't mean that because your grandma had it, your mom had it, that you're going to have it as well. So people should
Mm-hmm.
not have that mentality, that kind of mentality that they are going to be depressed because of family history. But it does follow sometimes that, when a parent has it, that one or two of their children may have it. And other things are
Mm.
things like a health issue. Do you know some people might have a chronic health condition? It's been lingering on and on. They're in and out of hospital and all the rest of it. It can cause them severe depression because they are just very unhappy all the time. Their condition is bothering them. There's always this, there's always that, there's this checkup, there's this scan, there's this to be done. And that can actually affect people and cause them to have depression. Even the medication, some of the medication people
Yeah.
take, I've seen people who are on several medications. One person will be on 14 different medications. What? So that can actually cause them to have depression as well.
Mm.
Alcohol. Some people are alcoholic. They can go into just drinking too much, and that can also lead them into depression. There's so many things, life
Yeah.
events. Some people have gone through a lot of trauma, when then they are so depressed and they'll start this idea of cutting themselves. That one where you see them coming to see you in the clinic and it's middle of summer and they're wearing long sleeve, that's an alarm bell. So when we used to see them face to face, we'll try and say to them, if you don't mind, why are you wearing long sleeve? It's summertime. Oh yeah, I just want to be like this. And you see them immediately pulling down towards their arm, pulling it down in case you've seen something. That's why you're asking. When they start doing that, that's why, when we do face to face, for the past 2.5 years, you've been telephone, working from home. But when you do face to face, you can actually catch these things easily. You can, when they start pulling down, and their sleeves, and it's middle of summer, you say to them, if you don't mind, can I see your arm? And when they show you, you're like, wow. So people do all sorts of things due to depression. So we have to watch out. Depression is so difficult to. I think I saw right something from Herbal Susan saying
Susan
that
about treating.
yeah, that depression is real, but it's hard to notice. Yeah, sometimes it's very hard. If somebody has a broken leg or broken arm, you're in plaster, you're hobbling, people will see you, oh, sorry, you have a broken leg. But when it's depression, it's up there in your brain. Nobody sees it. You don't really know what is going on until maybe you see the person so moody. Maybe you may even say hello to them or good morning today. They just walk past. And you may
Mm-hmm.
even get angry yourself. What's wrong with you? You moody so and so. You
Yeah.
start telling the person off. You don't even know what they're going through, why they didn't even respond, and what is going on in their mind. Just one thing you say to that person may lead that person to going home that day and start cutting themselves because they felt
Yeah.
that you have been so, that you did not understand them. They think that you should have known. That's how their own head, that's what goes in their head. They think that
Mm-hmm.
you think you're normal. You should have known that I'm not normal. You should have known that I didn't respond to you means there's something wrong with me. You see, they expect you to know.
Mm.
I'm saying this from experience. I've dealt with a lot of people like this, and sometimes they think you have to watch what you say to them. You have to watch how you ask them questions when you're assessing them, because they will now say to you, "What do you mean? What do you mean?" They are very, very, they'll be very looking at what you're saying, or how you said it, why did you say that, and stuff like that. So
Reading
we have to
meanings
be
into
very
every word
reading
you
meanings
say.
into where there's no meaning. Yes. So we have to be
Mm.
very, very careful with people. Depression is real, but it's being a bit exaggerated in some cases because people just want to claim that because their mates have it, they think, yes, that's
Depression.
why I'm feeling like this.
Yeah.
I'm actually depressed. Just leave me alone. I'm depressed and stuff like that. So
Mm-hmm.
we don't know
The
where to
word is
draw the line.
abused, like Lemuzo said. It's been mismanaged, misused.
Yes,
It's been
yes,
abused. That
yes,
anybody with a little mood swing, you say,
yes.
I'm having depression.
I'm
You look,
depression.
you don't
Yes,
have 2K
it's
now to
been,
go and drink. You say
yeah,
you're having
yeah,
depression. Your
yeah,
boyfriend just jilted you, you're having depression. So the
yes.
word has been so misused that you
So
don't even know people
misused
who are dealing with
that,
the real depression.
Yes.
That's a story I'm going to
Yes.
share
That's
now shortly on someone who actually posted on Facebook about this. Mommy, just 1 minute. Let me welcome some
yeah.
persons who came in here. Get Real Sandy Coco. Welcome. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Boss Big Cam say happy birthday to you, gorgeous. I commented on your community this morning. Thank you so much. Happy birthday to you. I wish you long life and more of God's blessing. Thank you so much for coming, getting it right with Olivia. I appreciate you. Being a carer with Cares, welcome. Thank you. Check It TV, welcome. Who else do we have here before we go on Nello's side? Welcome, Queen. I appreciate every one of you here. Melchias Fitness. Thank you, Anna Agbai, official. Welcome, Lucy Chioma. I see you, Queen. Please, guys, kindly hit the like. Smash the like, please. My like is not going off. Smash the like, okay? And share out if you have a community. And we have Sade, the gorgeous Queen. Welcome, Sade. Thank you so much. We're talking about depression today and looking at how social media is a contributing factor and what we can do. And then comparing it with the good old days of the 60s, 70s, and 80s. What life used to be back then and what life is today in our today's world filled with social media platforms. With all these entertaining platforms, yet more and more people are slipping into depression. How do we get out of this? How do we handle it? That is what we're discussing today. For those of you who are just coming in, the link is there. If you have more contribution, you can jump on the link. Welcome, Olivia. Thank you for joining us, Queen. Olivia?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Okay. Okay. We have a contribution before I share what I want to share now concerning someone who made a post. Thank you so much, Anna, for that. Who made a post on Facebook? A lady made a post. Okay.
You can go ahead. Mommy has said it all.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Okay, just mute your mic. You will still come back to you. So this lady made a post some months ago on Facebook, and she said something. She wrote a depressing post and uploaded on Facebook. Now people didn't take her serious. They thought it was just the normal cruise because, like we said, anyone. Mom Essie Kitchen and more, thank you so much. Welcome. I know I didn't call you, I forgot. Now, anybody can just come on social media now, catching cruise with depression. Like I said, if your boyfriend jilted, depression. You are lacking urgent 2K, depression. You failed your examination, depression. Like everybody's just calling depression as if it's malaria. So she made a depressing post. Now, some people were just trolling her, others were laughing, others were like, forget everything and be depression for now. Lo and behold, the next thing we saw was that this girl has deleted herself. She kept her promise that she is going to do that within the next few hours. So when someone posted it, that was when a lot of people started like, oh my God, I saw this post. I thought she was just joking. Oh my God, why did she do this? No, she shouldn't have now. Whatever the case may be, you can still manage it. How about depression? Deleting yourself is not an option. Why would you do that? You see sympathizers pouring in. But when this girl made this post, nobody knew the extent she was depressed. They don't know. Like now, same thing happened to me personally. I remember late last year, I made a depressing post on Facebook. That's when I talk about depression. I have been there. I have been there. I mean, it took the grace of God to come out of it. And that is why I'm speaking about it almost every time, using my platform to create an awareness. Towards the end of last year, I had a challenge, which lasted because I even had to stay away from social media for a very long time. I stayed away from YouTube, Facebook, and all that. And towards the end of last year, I fell into depression. It was so bad. All I do every day is wake up, cry, go back to sleep. I just cried non-stop every day, non-stop. I knew something was wrong with me, but there was nobody apart from my husband who understood what I was going through. We've been to the hospital and I've been on medication. It got so bad that my sleep, it affected my sleep. I couldn't sleep for 1 whole month. For a good month, 1 full month, morning, afternoon, and night, I lacked sleep. It's as if a part of my brain just shut, that controls sleep, shut off completely. I couldn't close my eyes it started as a joke. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. I thought it's going to stop. It kept on for 1 week, 2 weeks. That was when we knew this thing is really serious. We started going to the hospital. All the injections I was given, none was working on me. It was bad. I took tablets, I took drugs. I even both conventional and unconventional treatment. None was working for me. There was one afternoon my husband had to rush me to the emergency clinic because I was just crying nonstop. I couldn't stop crying. I couldn't stop the tears. I was just crying nonstop, alone at home. So he had to rush me, called different doctors. They said, okay, bring her. They gave me injection, and they were waiting for me to shut my eyes. The eyes refused to shut. I was awake for 1 full month with nothing. What saved me, I had acute insomnia due to the depression. Led to acute insomnia. It was so bad that I began to fear for my mental health. I began to fear that maybe one day I will snap and lose my mind. That was, I know, panic attack setting. I started having anxiety. Oh my God, what if I'm working? What if suddenly I lose my mind? What if I'm cooking and I lose my mind? What if I'm cooking and suddenly I snap? I don't know what was happening. Maybe I leave the food cooking and then the house get burned. Panic attack set in. I was living in fear, in anxiety. My husband did all he could, and doctors, I was going in and out of hospital. Even went spiritual, everything, until I had to make that depressing post. I got to a point where I gave up and I told myself, what will be, will be. But before I go, I better drop this post. When people drop posts, sometimes they've gotten to that point where of the point of no return sometimes, and they just feel, okay, I better let the world know. Goodbye, world. So I got there and I just dropped the post, like, I give up. I am tired of this life. What will be, will be. I can't close my eyes. I am losing my mind. So this is it, in case you don't hear from me anymore. You can imagine that. When I dropped that post, I started getting inbox messages. Calls were pouring in. People were calling left, right, and center. What is this? What is wrong with you? What was this post about? Where's your husband? What is going on with you? Calls. Some people were like writing in the comment section, go chop fish, go drink, make you get yourself. Go meet your husband, make he give you hot one, make you, both the needed and the unneeded, the unsolicited advice came pouring in. My family called, they started calling, what is wrong with you? We received a call that you dropped a depressing message on social media. That is, you know what? After a couple of days, people were, sending in recommendations, things I could do, things that will help me, checking up on me day in, day night, day in, day out, until I think on the 4th day, which was 1 month later, after 1 month, someone else sent me an inbox that saved my life. Welcome, the Dazzlers family. Thank you so much. The person said, whatever you're going through, you said you're not able to sleep. There is a link I'm sending to you now. Please watch that video and listen. Do what I am asking you to do now. Go on water fast. Do you know that I even had to start taking just so it can knock me out? The ones they take and you lose your mind. I had to try it so that I can sleep. I did everything. I soaked it even in hot drink and drank it so I can pass out. It didn't work on me. Nothing worked. And the person said, go on water fast. Do water fast for 3 good days. Don't eat anything. Don't drink, just only water, water alone. Drink water for good 3 days without food, nothing. You are going to sleep. I thought it was a joke. I said, okay, whatever I need to do at this point, okay, I need to do it. I went on the first day. It was not funny. Second day, I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Third day, after the third day, I slept like a baby. After 1 whole month of not closing my eyes. 1 whole month, I slept like a baby. What if that person hadn't called me? What if he hadn't sent that message? who knows what would have become of me today? Maybe I will not be here talking with you guys today.
God
It is
forbid.
very real. When you see someone, at least you even compliment helps. You don't know what somebody is dealing with. Just say positive words to that person. Something positive can help. Enough of the negativity, enough of trolling, enough of it. Let's be kind with our words. Be sweet, compliment. You see anybody, oh, you look beautiful, you are gorgeous. Oh, I like your beard, well groomed. You know, oh, I love your dress. That's so beautiful. I love it. That's colorful. Compliment. Just say something positive. You don't know who that will help. It saved me. I received a lot of that. And then the consign, God showed me mercy. So this is real. This is very real.
I'm so sorry, sis, that you went through all that.
Thank you so much. Yeah, welcome everyone. Oh, Yo, are you still there, Mommy Fechi?
Yeah, we are here.
Depression
The,
is
the
Yeah,
is
platform is
Joe.
still
real.
open.
I'm still here. I'm just amazed at what you are saying. You see, if you did not come out now to say this, anybody looking at you, the way how bubbly you are, how everything, will not even think that anything you went through anything like that.
Yeah.
But
I'm
what
telling
made the
you.
difference from what you just said? What made the difference was you have that your supportive husband there. You have all
Yeah.
those people running around asking, "What's this? What's that? What's going on?" and giving some support. Assuming you have kept it to yourself and decided
Mhm.
that, oh God, they will think that I'm mad, or they'll think that I'm, you may not get that help. And then the next thing anybody will say that, oh, that person, so and so, and then they will see a note that they dropped. But in your own case, you have that love around you, and you are able to speak out, and you weren't ashamed to say how you are feeling, and you got the help you needed. Some people don't. And even if they do, they have not got that kind of support. Some people they live with may
Yes.
even be the main problem. They'll be telling them off. You are silly. You're always doing this. Oh, please, this and that. And saying that kind of thing to somebody in that situation already will take them even lower. So I think,
Yeah.
again, it depends on your environment, people you are with, and how understanding they are. That's why I say to people, for example, when that thing was happening to you, if you had come out in the street and somebody maybe you say hello to you, in that situation, you may not even hear that hello because your mind is somewhere else. And that person might be like, why are you ignoring me, stupid cow, this
Yeah.
and that. They'll just
You're a
keep
snob.
telling,
They
yeah.
say you're a
Even,
snob.
yeah, you stop this and that. They start telling you off. They don't even know that maybe your mind was even far away when they were saying that. That's why I've learned it. That I say hello to people. I smile to people a lot when I go out. Even if they don't smile back, that's okay. Even if they ignored me, that's okay. I don't go back and start telling them, oh, because I don't know where they are. They may not just be there walking on the street, but they're not even there. So we have to
Yes.
be kinder. Yeah, kinder to people we meet every day, because it will help a lot.
A whole
Yeah.
lot.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm.
Absolutely. Mommy Faith just said it all, because your bubbly self, nobody will ever believe that,
No,
you have
no.
ever experienced
That's why I was
anything,
shocked listening
yeah,
to her.
anything close to this. But
No.
Yeah.
like we've been saying here, depression is real, and we should be kind with our words,
Yes.
and teach it from home. I'm still that, maybe I'm local, maybe I'm old school, whatever. I really don't care, but I believe home is the starting point for any correction. The government, if
Absolutely.
they like,
Absolutely.
they should
Absolutely.
put all the laws in place. They will be the one that will say, in America, it's either Democrat or Republican. They're busy cussing each other out, and their children are there. So their children will grow up Republican, grow up Democrat, cussing each other out. It's causing more problem than good. So the home front is one of the first healing place anybody can think of to make any correction, is the home front. In my home, we don't watch Cartoon Network. Right from Nigeria, I say I would never allow my kids to watch Cartoon Network. People might think it's fun, but if you sit down and watch Cartoon Network with your children, you either find that they're always shooting guns, fighting. Is always something. And again, there is this one they do in America here, SpongeBob SquarePants. It's entertaining for a lot of people. I don't watch it in my home because they use words that kids are not supposed to hear. For the fact they have them in cartoon form does not mean they are actually meant for kids. So they use those hard word that you don't want your child to hear. Your child will be the one will hear it from the TV. So when we censor what our kids listen to, what they hear, and then we also in control of what we speak, that is the first place of healing. Then again, social media and impact of social media. We all know it. Even in the streets of YouTube here, you have conversation with somebody privately. The person, just small quarrel argument between the two of you, the person will release your information on social media. And then you'll
Thank
be
you.
doing bad
You are afraid of who you
isolation.
confide in these days. You are afraid who you tell your secret these days, because when you
Yeah.
have a minor misunderstanding, the person will bring out audio, recorded audio that you have with them, or even the chat screenshot, and then upload it on social media, or even send to your loved one.
That's
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
Seriously.
So we should be careful. When I mean careful, there is a young people's program in the US. They call it, I can't remember the title, but the song, God, rather, the take-home word from that is that kindness is a muscle. You know, the way you flex your muscle, kindness should be that way. The way you want to slay on Instagram, let it be kindness. The way you want to do anything, let that muscle you want to show off, let it come with kindness. It takes nothing to smile or be nice to people. It takes a lot of energy and to be angry, to stress, to squeeze your face. Just think about squeezing your face and releasing a smile. Then you find out that the world will be better if we really smile than frown. If we do all of this, it's gonna be better. And for social media and children, I can't stop saying it because I'm growing a young kids. Monitor what your children do. And as we are monitoring what they do, the same thing, don't be over restrictive with your children, because I know of a mother. She never allowed her daughter to do weaving. She never allowed her daughter to do braids, braids, common braids to go to school. She always used the
Right?
natural hair, twist the girl's hair. I asked her in a few occasions, why not let her? She's already in high school. Let her, have her hair in a very neat form. She said no, that she's not going to do that so far she's in my house and all of that. Today,
Wow.
I was on TikTok. I saw this girl with her belly, with her crop top or whatever it's called, almost at the breast. I say, if this mother
On
should see this
TikTok.
daughter on TikTok today, my daughter hasn't even heard about, because I use those as a teaching a point. And then the girl was busy wearing coily wig and weave because she's in college now. So she has her own life now. You can't tell her what to do anymore and what not to do. So in as much as we want them,
Overprotection.
yeah, it can also cause problem. Overprotection. I said, this girl is already in high school. She's going to university very soon. Let her do braids. Say, no, 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 I don't like that. And you're living your life on your daughter. You understand? Braids. Ask me what is wrong with braids, but her spirit did not
Nothing.
accept it. So this girl this morning, I saw her on TikTok with her. And it's not even the dressing that was my point. If you hear the song she was repeating, MFU, MF this, and nigga this, motherfucker. I was like, really? This woman's daughter? I said no. And again, parents, whoever that is hearing our voices, if you have a young person in today's world, get on social media. Know what your children are doing. I can't say this less. This woman in question, she's not on any social media platform. How will she say that? So I will now be the one that will be the carrier of bad news.
No,
I
that one
can't.
is SUG, or is how do they call it safe? Is it not SUG?
I don't know. So
Those
people
ones
should
that carrying this thing on religion on their head.
on their head.
Okay, SU.
So people, if you have young growing kids, get on social media. If you don't know what to do on social media, just be posting songs, praises, sing praise and post there. You understand? At least you use style and be fishing to know where you find your child. It's very necessary. It is very necessary, honestly.
And you know,
Yeah.
another
Can
thing
I-
is
yeah.
teenagers are always carried away with what they see on social media, forgetting that they don't even know, not forgetting because they don't even know that most of the things they see on social media are fake lives,
They
especially on
know.
Instagram.
They
Things are
know, host.
staged. They
They
know,
know.
young
They know.
teenagers.
Yes. My
Not
my
all of
daughter
them,
that is
oh.
8 will tell you that Disney movies are all fake. Their life is not like that. There is never nothing like happily ever after, because every prince and girl on Disney will find a prince. They know that those are
No,
man-made.
like those ones who watch all these celebrity reality shows and all that.
Yeah.
You see a celebrity, you see a young girl, a young celebrity, maybe an influencer or an actor. You see the person looking all penned up, flat tummy inside the body crop. She's wearing the weave on, the blinking jewelries, the popping skin, and all that. And that teenager wants to be like them. They want
You
to
know
be
why
like
I
this, their
said,
fellow teenager they see. Because
you,
they forget that this may not be the
host,
real skin. This may be a
Post, you know why I
filter.
said they know? There is
Mm.
a big corporation in the US. They are into shopping and all of that. Yeah, I don't want to call their name because it's a very good brand.
Okay.
They use
Okay.
models marketing their product. Then they will now Photoshop those models to hourglass shapes. You understand?
Yeah.
You know who busted them? American teenagers busted the corporation. That you put Photoshop, it was all over the place, all over the internet. You Photoshop this girl, how is her hand like this, the waist like this. They were teenagers because they made them look as if they are not beautiful enough. So they know when
But
it's fake
this
and when it's
this
real.
that's the problem, Oyoyo. Now some teenagers who don't know that these things are fake will now want to be like this, or they start comparing themselves. They want to be like this one. They now start feeling they are not beautiful enough.
Yeah.
That's why you see every young girl wants to buy human hair. This one I'm wearing is not human hair. Sorry, synthetic. Do you understand? So they now want real human hair, costing so much. You see, a young teenager will now start doing the unimaginable thing to get money just to afford the human hair, just to buy
Brazilian.
that designer. They're in school, but not in school. They're in
Yeah.
school, but they're outside school.
Host,
So
it
parents
still
don't
boils
even
down.
know.
No, it still
Yeah,
boils down to upbringing. Remember what Mommy Feti said. What you start on time, when you start on time, rather with your kids, they will be able to appreciate it when they get older.
Oh,
They will be able
definitely.
to know that those things cannot influence whatever it is they've learned from home for years.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what is raining in the
but in
US
today's
here.
world, Oyoyo, in today's
Yeah,
world,
I have
Oyoyo,
something to say.
I'm
parents
in
hardly
today's world.
even have pay attention to their children. So these children spend more time with
let me
friends
give you
and
example.
social media.
You know, here we are. You understand? We've been told several times our hair is not good enough. In some corporations, you can't come with your kinky hair or maybe dreadlocks to office until
Why?
some women took it upon themselves. That's where we are. You understand? They will tell you it's not good enough for the image of the company. You understand? They will define your look for you, how you should suit in before you come in there. So our young children now, this their natural hair, they don't joke with it because it's like you can say they are looking for trouble. They are not looking for trouble. They are defending themselves with their natural hair. Some will
Changing the
twist.
narrative.
Yeah, some will braid it, will lock it and walk into that institution and then let them be fired. You will meet them in court. They will get up to Supreme Court. So these children now know, I want to be looked at as beautiful enough. And we have people that are advocating for them. But for some parents that will think, okay, the way they're slaying wigs and slaying all this from Nigeria, if I come to the US, it's going to be all wig, all fly. No, you have to come back and start what? Re-education. You have to relearn. Because you can't carry what you're seeing back home and come and enter this place that people are fighting for you to live their natural body. There was a time, I was about 6 years ago, I went to work with my natural hair, you know, the way African hair, kinky. They were like, wow, you pulled it off. I said, why wouldn't I? I was looking for trouble now. Liability, no, they finish. Lawyers, they will go court. And nobody even said a thing to me. But if it were those days, my husband told me, if it were those days, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, you can't take this hair to work. So you see what we are talking about. Children are beginning to redefine things. Those that understand it, they are beginning to
Those their
redefine
parents
things.
have woken up to reality. Because
Yeah.
we still have a lot of woke ones, woke parents, woke mothers, woke fathers who feel the social media is dictating for them. So they feel their children need to meet up with the social media demand.
But mommy Fetch, I don't know if she's still there.
I'm
She
here.
talked
I'm here.
about the way you train your kids from the beginning, that they will grow up and stick to it. But I know like so many people that their parents trained so well, so well, that what they are doing now, I never envisaged that they can do such. So what
Mm.
now happened? Is it not the fault of the parents? Is it that they didn't train them well?
Uh, what can I say there? Well, something missed. No, let me even give. I'm even going too far. Let me give an example of one I know. What you just said is what happened in that family.
Especially
The
pastors' children.
Yeah. So this particular one, there are five, no, three children. The other two were okay, and one of them just went off completely, and they were brought up the best way any parent can bring their children up. But this particular one chose to be different. So, as what the question you just asked, is it that they weren't brought up? The other two were like, "Why are you behaving like this?" So he went out there and mixed up with the crowd, decided to do that even despite their upbringing. So
Yes.
it can easily happen. It can
Mm-hmm.
easily happen.
Yeah.
However, in situations like that, the parents were so distraught. We put all every effort. We didn't even take them to any childminder. We lost a lot of money just to make sure that the children are okay. I say, look, don't worry. Just be praying. You have taught them that way they will go when they are younger. Now he's gone out there. Whoever talked to him and he's behaving that way, he will come back. Things will change. So we all joined because we knew if it's one of those that will leave their children and go to work, they're looking for money, that will be different. But this one had that. So what the question you ask is so valid. It can still happen.
Yeah.
When you've done everything you can. So but then that thing that was instilled in him when he was younger still helped, because after going off there and doing all that, sometimes they don't listen to their own biological parents, but because they knew that we all were like, oh, auntie this, auntie that. So when you speak to them, sometimes they even listen to you more than their own parent in that situation. And then and then we talked sense into him, and we now found out that it was just that he felt that their parents were just like what Oyoyo was saying, over still, you can't do this, you don't do that, you don't do that. So yes, it's good to be strict, but don't be over strict, because it will make them to go the other way around. Once they go to uni, they think like, yes, I'm out of their sight, let me do what I like.
Yeah.
So that's
The
what actually happened.
free bed.
Yes, that's what happened in that situation. Actually, the other two, okay, no problem. But that one decided to rebel just to show them that now I'm this. And when he comes back, he does what he likes. Before, they're not allowed to wear, this wearing your trousers, and they're seeing your whole boxer and everything, walking like somebody with poo in your bum. He just came back and started doing that. That was something that he wasn't doing before. He just rebelled because I've now have my freedom. So we have to look back to what actually happened. Yeah, they were brought up so well, but there was some sort of over protection or over doing
Protection.
things. That one, yes, is not good either. But eventually he turned around. So the question you ask, still do what you've got to do. If they decide to go off that way, don't be so mad at them. Don't tell them off, oh, this thing you're doing, God will do this. Just be praying and show them love still, they will
Yeah.
come back again. Definitely
Yeah.
they will come back again. So that upbringing in the beginning, remember what the Bible says, teach them the way they go. When they grow up, they will not depart from it. Even if they try to depart, you still have to draw them back in love. Even one of my own out of the four, one of them sort of nothing drastic, but he did. And I'm like, what is this? What's going on? But with prayer and everything, he wasn't anything near to the other one, but still bad for what we put in. But when you put in so much into your children and they start doing all some things, you think. So I even use myself as an example to that other mothers to say, look, you remember one of our own sons, how he was behaving before and everything. Now look at him. He's the best child you want to have. I was using him as an example to the other woman, and she now. And when I talked to his son, he listened to me because I've been there before and I knew how we handled it. So no child is an angel, no matter what you do. One of them, we had a challenge with one of ours. Nothing major, but for us it was major because we put in a lot. So it's still good for us to just do what we can, and prayers does wonders.
Absolutely.
Prayers does wonders, and love them. That's when I hear parents telling their children off and cursing them, using curse words to their children, no matter what they do. Sometimes they will do one that you just want the bin man to come, you put them in the bin and carry them away so you can rest.
Somebody was telling me something. I can't remember who was it, Oyoyo or Olivia. I can't remember who. The mother was angry. She was having misunderstanding with the father. Olivia, I think it was you. And then in the heat of the argument, they were cursing themselves. And the child came to the mother, mommy, innocent child, ran to the mother, mommy, and the mother consumed with rage and anger, picked up this kid and flinged the
dear.
Flinged the child. The child smashed the head on the wall. That was when her eyes cleared.
You see?
And all those anger left her instantly. But the damage has been
there's no need. There's no need for that. Yes, I'm telling you, sometimes it comes to a stage when I just felt like, you know what? I have the other three. If this is how you're going to be, where is the bin? Put him there, take him away. You feel like that sometimes, but that's for a moment. That's for a moment when it gets too bad. They say like when they get to teenage, that was teenage years. When they were younger, everything, but teenage years. When this family series I'm doing, I'm going to come to teenage years. I'm going to, talk about these things because that's something people have to be prepared. No matter how much you try, no matter how much you put in, if you have more than one child, even if it's one, that one might decide to give you trouble in their teenage when the hormones start running helter-skelter. And what to do, how to handle it is very, very important. And what you say is very, very important. It makes a lot of difference. Because if a
lot of parents dread this stage of their parents, of their children, because there's a group I belong to, and I hear mothers especially panicking that their children they are getting to teenagehood. So how are they going to handle this situation or handle that they are afraid?
Very difficult time because there are no more babies that you can say sit down there and they'll sit. And they're not adults that you can say, oh well, you can take care of yourself now, off you go. So that's a very difficult time. Teenage years. And at a point we had 3 sons as teenagers, 3 of them. So you know what that means. Yes, but obviously 2 of them at that stage was just like a puppy, just what you do. No, it's okay, mom. No worry, mom. But one of them decided that I'm not going to be okay, mom. Yes, dad. No, I'm going to tell you I'm a teenager. so I became a
He's
tomboy.
Already growing beards, maybe. He's already growing beards.
So I became a tomboy myself. I'm like, if you want us to wear trousers, let's wear trousers and dig it out. that my Nigerian mom thing came out, but it doesn't help. It doesn't help. So I have to drop that one because it didn't help. It didn't help. I have to drop that one and use a different strategy. But now, hey, we are talking about it now that all adults doing very well. And sometimes when he comes back, I say to him, hey, you, what you did to us in this house. He will say, me? I didn't do anything. And he'll be laughing, because it was dealt with at the time. But whether it's hard work when you have them as teenagers. So those of you who have young children, enjoy them now. When they ask for something, you say no, and they say, okay, mommy, okay, daddy. It comes to a stage where it becomes why. Why wouldn't I? Some
Why?
of them will bang the door in your face and go when you say to them that they don't go leave the house. I didn't have that challenge, but most people will have that challenge where they just bang the door and leave the house. You don't, what will you do? Especially in this country where the law will just say to you, well, how old is this child? You say he says 16 or 17. Well, it's an adult, you shouldn't be treating him like that. You shouldn't be treating him like that. And social workers will, will get involved. So we have to be very careful. Prayers,
They
honestly,
don't
prayers.
even help matters. They don't even help
They
matters.
don't. They don't help. So don't even get them. Don't even get them involved
Don't
because
get
they
them
don't even. They
involved.
don't. Yeah, they don't help. They make things worse. They make things worse. And then that attitude. That's our thing of I'm African mother, African father. No, no, no. Drop it. Not in this country. Just drop it and negotiate. Teenage years is negotiation age. You
Negotiation.
negotiate. Yeah, negotiate and
Mhm.
calmly. Yeah, it will all come
And
because we need
they're
to.
the ones that
Eh,
really feel this the most, because this is the era of teenagers showing off themselves on social media. So they are usually very consumed and engrossed. Some of them don't even want to relate or associate with any other person. They are always on their own. Some are always on their own. They just want to be with their online friends.
Yeah.
You don't, at
Yes.
that time, you can't even restrict what they watch or what they do because they're already teenagers. You
Yeah.
get, so it's difficult. That means if you didn't start early, when they get to this
Yes.
stage, it will be very difficult to control
Very
them. And some
difficult.
of them, this is
Yes.
what leads to their depression. You go to the
Yeah.
hospital, you see young teenagers all having mental breakdown. A
Mm.
boyfriend jilts a teenager or a young girl of 16 years, she becomes depressed because she's mentally immature. Like, she's not matured enough to even handle
100%.
breakfast, what we call
Yeah.
duty, we call it breakfast. So she's not even matured enough to know that a guy can actually turn her down, or a guy can actually say no, or a guy can, say he's over. So they break down. And some of them,
Yeah.
like I said, become self-destructive and start, hurting or harming themselves. So if you don't even pay close attention, you will not know that
Yes.
this child is dealing with something serious. The Douglas
Yes.
Pause.
family, welcome. Thank you so much.
Pause. You said age 16. My daughter came back. I was in last school year, and then she was like, "There is this girl in her school. They were 10 years and 11 years bracket at the time. The girl was crying heartbreak because her boyfriend left her. Either she's 11 or
Heartbreak.
10. Yes, she was depressed, crying that her
Oh
boyfriend
God.
left her. So I
And they
now
will not
said,
take her for therapy. That
yes,
she's
now.
depressed. Hey, God.
And I always took up with that. I always took up
That's
with my
one of the
daughter.
things that
So
make people not to take people that say that they are depressed serious. Because
no,
Mm.
that girl
yes,
might be depressed. So honestly, she might be depressed. Sincerely, she might be. So I now asked her.
I am
I asked
laughing
my
seriously
daughter.
because
Don't mind. I asked my daughter about. I checked her friends out. Also, as I'm checking my daughter, I'm checking her friends. So I now asked her, "How about this? Your friend? Does she talking about not even have? Is she talking about things like that?" She said no. That one has her own experience. That she said no boyfriend, no anything until college because her brother, you understand, got into a middle school relationship and he was heartbroken. He saw it firsthand from his brother. Based on that, is a no-no for her. I say, good. At least you have somebody that have experience, or maybe the family experienced something. So going back to what Mommy Ifechi said, or sometimes there's some of these kids, we don't win them back. We don't
Mm.
win them back, but we have to continue to love them. We have people in our society, a
Yeah.
mother that was raising, doing all she could, with whatever resources are available, raising her children. She takes them to the hair salon to braid their hair, dresses them beautiful. Tomorrow, that one woke up, I want to be a man. And
Hey.
that has been the end of it. Now she has a girlfriend. Okay, she is now
Hey.
the man, and the
That
the
one
girl
go
is now the
finish me.
girlfriend.
Oh.
And when we learn that she's doing transitioning right now,
Hey.
It's the
by
fear
this
of a
time,
lot of parents today in
yeah,
Western world. The fear of
yes,
parents, a lot of this is their
this
fear
one
right
has transitioned completely. The last time they saw
Yeah.
her, she had beard all over the place. When I
Hey.
mean grown beard,
Hey,
she's
whoa.
completely a man. And she will still come to her. You know, imagine how the mother will look at her. The mother went into depression because of this.
Okay.
She went into
Mm.
depression. She will be
Because
asking herself questions sometimes. Where did I miss it?
Where
Where?
did I go
How?
wrong?
Where?
Where did I go
What?
wrong?
Honestly, it's happening to a lot of our kids here. Then there was another woman too, and those ones are Anambra people. The girl walked into the church. We thought it was those people coming from nightclub. We were all afraid because she was wearing jacket. We said before this one will have a gun inside the jacket. I know how it is in America. So everybody, we were busy looking at each other in the church, not just everybody, including the priest. So by the time we finished the sermon, nothing happened, no gunshot, nothing. So we are happy. Then the next thing my husband was like, my husband saw the girl greeting one of his friends. Hello, uncle. Good morning, uncle. How are you? I said, this person knows this man. I was asking my husband. My husband did not recognize the girl. Lo and behold, though, he was one of our community members' daughter. That one has transitioned too. We didn't know if he was a man or a girl. Complete transition.
Hey.
Then you now start asking. These were the children, with the people who went for their graduation when I newly came here. Went for their graduation. They were dancing in dresses. They came back from university in pants. And not just pants, dropping pants, showing you that they are men. What will you do?
You
Yeah.
know, that like here in Brazil, they have a lot of rights, so you understand. And they start from nursery school. They are nursery school here. They start from nursery school to teach them this thing. When the children don't even know how to put food in their mouth, they begin to teach them this thing. Once they get to the primary school, they already know all their rights when it comes to this. And of course, the government have great support for them. Government have great support. If you want to transition, it's practically almost free. They have the provision, they have everything you need. The counseling, the hormonal drugs you need, the support group, you have everything. So right from when you are a baby, you can wake up and tell mommy, I don't want to put on pants, mommy, I want this. And then it's done. You cannot say no to that child. I mean, your baby, your toddler, you can't say no.
Hey.
You know, so it's the fear of a lot of parents in developed world, especially where these things are allowed. So imagine with this, with social media, where they now have a group, they now have a community. Tell me what you're going to do. Where they now have that support they are looking for. But it's really a serious thing. And some of them, due to all this medication, some of them even begin to slip into depression. These hormonal drugs affect their hormones.
Yes. Some of them, a lot of them, go into depression. That's right. And some of them, after transitioning, I've seen one or two. They are so depressed. They want to go back the other way around. Yeah, they're so depressed and because they're confused. They don't even know what they're doing. Sometimes they want to go
feel
back the other way around
empty
again.
afterwards. They feel empty. I've seen some that after 5 years they now want to return back.
And
And
they
it
get
makes
so
them
depressed.
feel depressed. Makes them feel depressed. May God help all parents, because it's not easy, especially in today's world. And you know, like we are saying, a world that cares less. No more empathy in the world. It's just few persons that can actually empathize with certain situations. When you even come out to tell someone what you're dealing with or your challenge or your problem, some don't even genuinely empathize with you or care. It's like, to your tent, oh Israel, everyone carry your cross. I am dealing with, the funny thing, when you tell someone what you're dealing with, they say, I am dealing with something bigger. And somebody who needs just a listening ear, how do you expect the person to feel? We need to empathize more. We need to sympathize. We need to use kind words. We just need to be nice. It costs
Yeah.
nothing. The world
Mm.
lack empathy today.
Mm.
The world lack empathy. You know, we live in a world where an accident will occur. People will pick up their mobile phones and begin to record instead of assisting or trying to get help. That is the kind of
Yeah.
world we live in.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
live in a world where you see things going wrong and then you fold your arms and then wait for the authorities to come do something about it, or it's none of your business.
Yeah, but the thing is just the way the world is, because you can see a child being harmed or being injured. For you to even go and pat that child and cuddle that child and say, "Oh, sorry," you can't even do that because because people are worried that if they do that, they will now say, "Why did you touch that child?" Even though the child is in danger. It has happened where people just don't know what to do anymore. You can't even go to a
That
child
is
and
the
say, "Oh, what's
problem we are
happening?"
having, mommy. It is the problem we are having. People don't know what to do
Too
anymore.
much.
Here in
Mm.
Brazil, where I live, I look at this, and it's part of the reasons why I stopped watching television, because I've seen the unimaginable. I've seen horrible things. You see where somebody is being deleted broad daylight. Nobody is going to do anything. Nobody will lift a finger. You see both men and women passing by. I'm talking about broad daylight. Broad daylight. I'm not talking about evening or night. I'm talking morning, between the hour of 7 and 4 p.m. Somebody
Mm.
is being robbed. Nobody's gonna. I mean, everybody's just walking by, passing by. You
Mm.
see somebody slump. You see somebody slump. You're just passing. Nobody cares. You know,
Yeah.
there is no empathy anymore. People are just.
Mm.
They don't know what to do anymore.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a
so
situation we find ourselves. But then
yes.
again,
Yeah.
social media and the issue of video recording actually helped us in the US here. For most
Mm.
of you that know George Floyd,
Mm-hmm.
it
Mm-hmm.
was that
Yeah.
video a teenager made that changed history in America. A lot of legislations gone in, named George Floyd. In this, the thing happened in my state. For those that do not know, we
Mm.
went to that place where that thing happened. It became a sanctuary. Most of the stores there closed down. So
Mm.
if you want to pay homage to George Floyd, you just drive in there and then raise your fist in solidarity and went.
Mm.
Assuming that girl did not make that video, it would have been like every other case in the US.
Mm.
So like we know there are some good impact of social media. At the same time, there are horrible impact of it.
Mm.
The girl that made the video went into depression because she couldn't believe in her life as a young
Mm.
girl that she recorded that event in the video. She recorded it live on social and Facebook. She couldn't believe. And based on that, she got a lot of threats. She had to even suspend her
Of
account.
course.
Yeah, a lot of
Even
threats
with
all
your,
over the
even the
place.
authority, even
Yeah.
the authority threatening her.
So that's what it is. What it is the society will find ourselves, but at the same time
Mm.
we should be able to empathize with people. There, when I started my Oyoyo world newly, I think the first 5 videos I did was about bullying. I did that video sitting down with my children for me to understand what they know about bullying, and they
Mm.
turned around to educate me. Okay, they might be kids. That was a year ago. They might be kids, but they already know a lot about bullying. Things you need to say, things you can't say. And when somebody is empathizing with you and when somebody is sympathizing with you, they know the difference. You understand? So I want to believe is just if will I say evil has higher power than good
Mm.
in the world
Yeah.
we live in. And because evil has higher power, and why do I say that? If you go on TV, you're hearing cuss word. Our former president who was campaigning and said that he can even go to the street of New York and gun somebody down. Nothing will come out of it. So those words, people took it home. People worked on those words. You understand? After all, he said he can pay for legal fees for anybody that got in trouble. So you can imagine what you're putting in the society. And a lot of
Mm.
people are sick up there. They will carry it wholeheartedly. Yeah, somebody gave them the license to go ahead. So we should be able to speak kind words. If he's in the words
And
of
let
Joe Biden, but Joe Biden said, let it tone it down. Let's tone it down because the
tone
tempo
it down.
Yeah, the tempo was so high where we are. So he came in to tone things down because it was like, yeah, these people are not good, shithole people, what blah blah, everything negative, negative, bad word, bad word. So if you have an opportunity to be kind to somebody, it might just be a smile. It might just be hello.
Yes,
It might just be
Yes.
hello to that person.
yes.
You
Yeah.
don't give the person every money. It might just be, I hope your day has been good. Oh, stay blessed, stay positive.
Yeah.
Let's do something positive to people.
But
It
you see,
helps a
this
lot.
simplest thing is the most difficult for human beings to do today in today's world. You
Yeah.
see
Mm.
somebody crying, you just walk by, even if you're not going to stop, at least just show a little bit of empathy and compassion. You can
Yeah.
ask the person, what's the problem? Hope all is well. You don't know
Mm-hmm.
why that person is crying.
Mm-hmm.
Hope all is well. Can I be of any help? Is there
Yep.
something I can do to help? You know,
Mm.
it's
Absolutely.
it's simple, it's cheap, it's
Mm.
free,
Yeah.
but the most difficult thing for humanity today.
So,
Blessing JJ, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. In fact, today, and like we are saying, how do we're okay, wrapping up, how do we better this whole thing? How do we help to reduce the rate of depression
It
aside
starts
kind
from the
words?
home. I will tell
It
you, it
mm-hmm.
starts
starts from
from
the
the home.
home.
From
Mm-hmm.
the home. If your
Yep.
child is
Teaching
trying to
children to
talk
be
to you,
kind.
yeah, teaching them to be kind, that is giving. And again, if
Mm.
your child is trying to talk to you, please don't be too busy.
Yeah. Listen.
Yeah,
Mm.
we have YouTube mothers, including myself.
Mm.
My daughter had called me, Mommy, I was trying to tell you something, but you were not listening. So what she resorted to, never mind. Once I hear
That's the
never
thing.
mind,
Yes.
I will run, even if I'm on somebody's premium and I heard never mind. That is the end of it. I will
And
just
they
run.
use that. Never mind. Forget it.
Never
Yes.
Never
mind.
mind.
I say, I don't want to hear that word again. Mama, please, I mind. Oh, yeah, let's go back. Rewind. So please, we are all learning. We should learn from mistakes
Yes.
others are made already so that we don't
Yeah.
repeat the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Have listening ear. If you see someone that raised children that are doing well in the society, go and tap from that miracle. Find out
Mm.
from that person what this person did to have
Yeah.
attained this, especially if they live in Western society like you.
Yes.
You just have to
Yes.
ask them, how did you do
Mm.
it? It doesn't cost
Mm-hmm.
a thing to ask.
Yep.
How did you
Yep.
do it? I started asking questions like when my daughter was 7 years old. My first
Mm.
child was 7. I would ask my sister-in-law that raised beautiful, wonderful boys. I was like, Auntie, wait, how did you do it? She said, nothing.
Mm.
I said, no, don't tell me nothing. I need to know. Come out open and talk to me. So ask questions,
Yeah.
find out.
Yes.
Because if you get it right from the onset, then when they now get out of your hands in getting to the university, you don't have that control anymore. You understand?
Yes.
Yeah.
They make their
Yes.
decisions. After all, you will
Yeah.
not tell them this is the way to your class. Okay, when you come back, how was lecture? No.
Mm.
You can
No.
only parent through the phone, through video
Yes.
call. But
That's
before
right.
you get to the age of parenting through the phone and video call, do your
Mm-hmm.
job first.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Do your
Yep.
job first
And
and don't
yes.
point fingers social media. Before social media, do your
Yes.
job first. Let me give
Yeah.
you guys
Yes.
an example what shocked me. When my daughter was 9 years old, you understand, I don't know what we're talking about. Beyonce's song was raining all over. And now asked her, who is Beyonce? She said, who is that? I started dancing that my 9-year-old American daughter is not aware who Beyonce was. Somebody will think about what is there.
You didn't ask her who is Lady Gaga and what's the other one's name? What's this one that does
Do I even know what they think? So I was so happy at 9. She did not know who Beyonce was.
Oh,
It meant
God.
so much to me. You understand? It's not that I don't like Beyonce, you understand? But the fact that she hasn't gone to listening to secular music and all of that, I was happier. Because I said, okay, that means if I've done well up till now, that means I can even do better. Before
Yeah.
I got a
Of
phone,
course.
Mommy Ifechi talked about negotiation. I said, when
Mm.
I was smiling from cheek to cheek here, I said, that means
Mm.
I'm doing well. You know, sometimes
Mm-hmm.
find our ego fan it. When you're doing, that somebody that done it already is testifying that that is what you should be doing, and you're already doing it. Think that. So, and we talked about teenagers in a few days ago in my live stream, Spicy. I was sharing what I'm doing, what I've done, and what I intend to do, because I'm still learning. So negotiate before you buy a gadget.
Yes.
You don't want WhatsApp. You don't want Instagram. You don't want this. In that gadget, it's my money, and I pay the monthly bill to maintain that you have network.
Yeah.
Negotiate, have the upper hand.
Yes. At all.
Oh yeah, no. Oh yeah.
So don't tell me children of nowadays. You can't hear that in my house.
Imagine a grandma telling me children of nowadays. What nonsense!
Honestly,
children of nowadays.
No.
We went to the party. One boy was trying to tell my daughter that how are you? It's been a long time because we all know each other. My daughter did not remember since COVID. They've not seen each other. You understand? The boy got angry and called my daughter N-word. My husband wanted to zoom up at 9 p.m. to that child's parent to warn their child. Because if you make those words an abomination in your home, you wouldn't want anybody to call that to your child.
Yeah.
Yes.
And your child will never take that word and use it on another person, because she knows how offensive it is to you, the parent. How many times have I corrected somebody on live stream? They'll be talking what the mother F. I say, please, sis, we are on television. In case if you don't know, internet is YouTube is television. Please.
Yeah.
That does not mean you're speaking English. That is not English. If you don't know other word to use in place of the F, figure it out. And I keep saying, if you don't have anything kind to say to people, zip your mouth.
Yes, don't say anything.
Yeah. The world is going through enough already.
Yeah.
A lot already.
We shouldn't act it. That's my 2 cents. Please, let's be kind to each other. Let's parents start from when their kids are young, not when they are 12 years old. You start doing correction.
So that one is too late then. And as I was saying, when Olivia said asked question, we who have raised our own, and then the challenges we pass through, we cannot say, oh my, well, all angels, I just tell them to do this. No. As I said, we had challenge with one of them, but because we started early, those things that he learned when he was younger, when he started doing that's a teenage hormone running helter-skelter in his head, it eventually cooled down again because he remembered his roots and everything. So we still have to have, it doesn't mean that when you put everything in that you are not going to have any challenge. It may still come, but it's not going to last. Especially another thing that helped us was husband and wife saying exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
Not when the mom said, oh, don't mind your mom, she's always talking, or that's your dad, is always, so this is small thing. Both of you saying the same thing, it helps a lot when you have any challenge with any child, because there's nowhere to run to. You can't go to mom and mom will say, oh, don't mind your dad. Dad will say, don't mind your mom. No, we are saying the same thing. That helped a lot, and that meant that situation was handled quickly and it did not last long, and there was no animosity between mom and dad, because it was mom that was very strict with me, or dad that did this. No, we are both saying exactly the same thing. It helps a lot.
It helps. Because a lot of mothers
what you said now, I learned it from my sister-in-law. She has her first child should be 31 or 30 this year. You know, when I had my first baby, for any first-time mom, you wouldn't know everything. So we went to their house and my daughter was playing with somebody or did something. So the daddy scolded my daughter. Then she came crying to me. I said, don't listen to daddy. My sister-in-law said, what did you just say? I said, she didn't say, no. She asked the girl to go first. She cautioned me immediately, like her little sister. Said, no, don't start this way. Don't. Don't. I said, oh. She now sat me down and told me the reasons why she said I shouldn't. Because if we start speaking different words, which
Ah,
is going to bring a
Mm,
lot of problem and
oh,
confusion with this.
definitely.
yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Mm,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely.
In
And you
fact,
see the
sometimes,
child thinking one parent loves her or loves him more
uh
than the other
Yeah,
parent.
yeah,
yeah.
when it comes, that's disaster. I remember when mine were growing up, they will say something to dad. Dad will say, "What did your mom say?" And then they'll turn around and say to dad, "But you are the head of the home." My dad will say, "No, we they, they now want to him to be the one to say, don't listen to your mom. This is what to do." My dad said, "No, I might be the head of the home, but I'm working hand in hand with your mom. I will
Yeah.
have to be saying the same thing." So they know that
Absolutely.
from the start that there's none of this. You're the head of the home. Because of that, mom said I shouldn't go. Can you let me go, dad? No. We have to be saying the same thing,
No.
and that, yeah, that helps a lot. That helps a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome, Esther's World. Thank you so much for the thumbs up as well. Honestly, parents having one mind, one mouth,
Yes.
one voice, it helps so that when you scold, the child will not go to the other parent
No,
and
there's
then you say,
nowhere to
"Oh,
go.
don't mind." Just like Wanyoma said now. Thank God somebody called your attention to that because parents
Immediately. Hmm.
parents learn.
Yeah.
Even as parents, you just have to learn because it's not
Of course.
something. There's no manual. No parent
No.
That is
was
true.
given, no child was given to you with a manual. They came to
No.
you. You have to be the one to now start to figure out things and do things the right way. So if you do it the wrong way, the child grows with it. And if you do it the right way, thank God you're going to reap the fruit. Mom Essie Kitchen is here as well. Mom Essie Kitchen and more,
Yes.
thank you so much for jumping on the
Good
screen.
evening, host and co-host. I greet you all
Good
Hello.
and
evening.
everyone
Welcome,
in the
Mommy
chat.
Ellie.
Greetings to all of you. I've been in the background. I've been using my hands to do a lot of things, but the one and my ears are all just here. And just like you said, we are wrapping up and which way forward to reduce depression. And from all I see, the same thing Mami Fechi said and Oyoyo's word was what prompted my mind to jump onto the stream. Do you understand? To come and say what I feel. Now, if there was a friend, she had children and she has 3 kids, and every time she gives things to these children, when their daddy goes to work and come back, the same thing that mom have given to them, they will go to their dad. Daddy give us, their daddy will also give them. So this woman noticed this attitude and she could not bear it anymore. She told the husband, I've given these kids this thing before. When they ask you for anything, when you come back from work, tell them to go and do what? Meet mommy. Do you
Mm-hmm.
understand? Tell them to go and meet mommy, not like
Mommy.
giving it to them directly. Do you know that kids are very sensitive? That is the word I want to use here. Whatever these kids are doing, they are just very sensitive to the environment, to what is happening in the house, what
Of
all
course.
attitudes, they are very sensitive to it. And that is why we have to be very conscious of what we do before and
Mm,
after them. Very, very
mhm,
important. So
mm.
this woman are doing this. The kids, when they now go to their dad will say, go to your mom. Do you know that she will not hear them talking to themselves? Let's not go. She will not give us. Let's not go. She will not give us. There's no need. You do see that to show you that they know what they are doing. So
Mm.
the only way out is this: the same voice. Let the man,
Yes.
let the woman have the same voice. That tone
Yes.
of voice.
It
Let it just be
helps
the
a
same.
lot. Yeah.
Let mother be saying this and father is saying the same thing. And when they go out, it sinks in. Just like
Yeah.
when we're talking about why is it that people just go wild, kids after good upbringing and all of that. That thing also baffles me because I'm
Mm.
a witness of families that you see that their parents are this even say more of like deeper life people, or they are heading a position in the church, and next thing you will see, if you see the way their children behaves when they are little, they do like they are Christians, but when they enter the higher institution, you'll be like, oh, me self wey be say I no cover hair like una. I'm even better person, you start being judging them by what they are doing and all of that. So this upbringing of a thing is not by our power. We all will try as parents, but also we have to back this case up with prayers because there are also forces out there that they go out to meet. And the faces they are seeing out there is not the face of their mother, it's not the face of their father. So when they see
Mm.
strange faces, they are bound to do strange things if their soul and body permits them. And who are we to work against it? All we need to do is always commit them into prayers, and we must always supervise our kids. Let's not say
Mm.
they are grown-ups. Let's not say they can do things for themselves. Please, even though they are grown-ups. I remember when I was growing up, my mom used to do one thing that was funny. At my secondary school stage, almost SS3, my mom would tell me I should enter the bath. She want to bait me. Not every time. Oh. She would just tell me I should enter the bath. She want to bait me. I'll be feeling like, mommy, but I can bait myself. She said sometimes you don't bath for your back, this, that. She started, but it was when I finally grew to know some things. I started asking my mom, how was it that you were telling me to bait me that at that my age? She said, yes, she was only checking on us. Do you understand? She wants to be sure that her girls are clean, they are the way. But me, I was not even, I didn't know why she was doing that, but I was getting
She
pissed off.
was
And
indirectly checking to know if you are
if we
still
still day,
intact.
Abi, we don't waka. Yes, that was what my mother
Mm-hmm.
was doing. It was when I entered the higher institution, it was like that bond was lifted. Do you understand?
Wow.
Even when I met a first boyfriend kind of stuff, I was not too bold to talk about it with my mom because I was like, "Ha, my mom will be disappointed. She's going to be like, why did my daughter do this?" But the truth is, the day she asked me, "Are you still there?" I started laughing. That was the answer. That I only started laughing. They said this laugh is not a good laugh. I just said, "Mommy, leave this thing now. Leave this thing." Eh? Nwa m zụchara n'ime ụlọ ipu ezi je emekwe n'oge na-esi ya no mommy afụrụ m love mba a na-afụ love otu ahụ, is that not how you find love? At one point I regretted some things, but on the other hand I was like, okay, thank God for good upbringing. And this thing we still talk about knowing what we treat and do with our kids. Let's know what we are doing with them, because there's something I used to say, my parents, they love each other so much. They so much love each other. They're just like this mommy Fechi and the husband. Anytime I see her, I feel like I'm seeing my mom and my dad, the way they behave. So there is this thing called understanding in the family. When we were growing up, there are things we do wrong that my parents would call us to order. You don't do this. This is your senior. This is, everybody have a sense of belonging. That's the word I'm looking for in the family. Do you understand? So if everybody have a sense of belonging, knowing that this thing, if I do it, is going to hurt this my brother, if I do this, it's going to hurt this my sister, everybody will be in one accord. Before you know it, that love will exceed. And then when these kids go out, they're conscious of that love that was there
Yeah.
in the
Mm.
past.
Mhm.
That is the life. I'm a witness of this, what I'm saying, and I'm talking from experience. It's not like I'm
Yeah.
blabbing. No.
Mm.
I left my parents' home since 6 years ago. But let me tell you, people, whenever we are talking, to the extent my father wanted this unity to continue, they created a WhatsApp group just for us, all of us, the children, and our parents.
Mhm.
Every Saturday morning is like a point of call. We must all do a video call. Everybody has
Yeah.
we know the time. We all talk because of what that bond. My father says he doesn't want that bond to be
That's
broken.
great bonding there. That's
Do
Yeah.
you
amazing
understand?
bonding there.
So
Yes.
Mm.
what I'm trying to say is there is nothing if my mother said "Anya na-ebe, di na na-ebe," there's this adage she used to say. When my sister needs something, all of us will gather and we must make sure something happens without the outside
Mm.
people hearing it. Anything
Yeah.
that happens
Yes.
is I don't know, is that bond.
That
So
way you
Mm.
will
please,
not, you all will not seek for attention outside, because
at
you have a
all.
well-knitted family that loves you and they
Yes,
are ready to give you all the love you need.
very
Before
true.
I go on, there's this young lady, if we saw the video, she's on TikTok and she has a lot of followers, like
Hmm.
massive followers, a very young lady. And then
Wow.
TikTok now, she felt she has gotten a lot of followers. So she books for let's meet and greet. This thing
Okay.
celebrities do.
Do, yeah.
Let's meet and greet. So she marks a date. That happened in US.
Hmm.
On the day, with her, how many million? I think she has over 1 million followers.
Hmm.
With the number of followers this young girl, very young girl, I think she's in her early 20s, has. On the day she marked for let's meet and greet, not even a single soul showed up. Not even one
Then
person
because
showed up. Now, these are the
oh,
kind of things that will
so
lead to
painful.
depression. On social
That
media, you
is
have people
true.
following you,
Ah,
hailing you. Oh,
hey,
you think you are loved. You think you
Mm.
have a
yes.
large family. You think, oh,
Oh,
social media is where the main family lies. On that day,
oh
not even
God.
a
No,
soul. She
hey,
called,
Mm.
I think it was her mother or her father. She called, I can't remember. And she was like, not
Yeah,
even one person,
it
no,
was
no,
her
none
father.
showed up.
It was
Yeah,
her
her
father she
father, yeah.
called.
And the father was like,
Ah,
not even one person. She said, not even one person. Out of over 1 million followers, not
this
one
is
person showed
hurting.
up.
This is really
These are the
depressing.
kind of things that
Yeah.
Oh
can
God.
push a young lady into depression.
Direct. Like, where is the love? Was she loved by ghosts?
Mm.
Oh my God. No, no,
Yeah.
no. Please,
Not
please.
So
even
Ah,
one
I
God.
need
soul.
I need to go down now. It's my bedtime, everyone. Thank you so
Oh,
Mommy,
much.
mommy.
Chikachifo.
Thank you so much,
Yeah.
ma. Appreciate you.
Thanks for your last upload. I learned a lot from that risk management in marriage. Thank you so
Yeah.
Oh,
much.
yeah,
I did.
yeah, talking about that risk management. I was just like, because in my place of work, we talk about risk management in the workplace. You evaluate it. I'm thinking, yeah, it
It
will
In
fit
cannot be
into
in
marriage.
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 So I
Yes, and
turned
that
it
was
into
great.
marriage.
I got a lot of points there
I,
now.
I,
It's
I
working well.
love that.
That was
I
good.
watched that was yesterday, and
Yeah.
really it also helped me because I used it to resolve a conflict also. So
Yeah,
thank
Oh,
you
you
that's
for
good.
that.
see?
I'm glad people are benefiting. I know Yo-Yo. Have you seen my health and wellness video about instant noodle Indomie? I've done it today.
Ah, I'm
I saw
going
it
Okay,
to
now.
today.
watch it, and it's a must
Oh,
share for
yo,
me.
you are
Since
behind. We have
I,
watched it, Tete. We
when I
have
was
watched it,
watching the
Tete.
noodles, you know, me and noodles, I have this thing about it. So I'm gonna share it everywhere, including my WhatsApp and Facebook.
Oh,
Okay,
thank
Yeah.
now.
you. Yeah, I did it this
Yeah.
afternoon. Yeah.
So that's
Okay,
good.
thank
Thank
you everyone, and thank you
Mommy,
everyone for
thank
your
you.
support. We
Mommy,
learn,
thank you.
we keep learning. We learn from each other. Thank
Yeah.
Very
you.
true.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Thank you
mommy.
so much. Good
Okay.
night, Mommy. I love
Good
you.
night. Good night. Love you too.
Thank you
Good
for
night,
your great
Chachifo.
everyone. Bye
contribution
bye.
today. Bye
Yes.
Bye
bye.
bye.
Sister Spice
Yeah.
it up. Let me call you very well now. Sister Spice it up. Onwa dia.
Ah, Oma. You can see it
Ọnwa
here.
dia now,
Oma
yeah,
dear.
ọnwa dia. Afụrụ m ya afụ. Because the
Eh,
way
Wait,
she attacked me today, I called the practice the thing for my head. I said,
wait, Mommy
some
Ese,
people will say
are you
Omo
Igbo?
dear.
I'm Igbo now.
She's Igbo.
I'm
And
Igbo.
Osi Omo
you're
dear.
learning how to say Onwadia.
As in, eziokwu, eh? Should I tell you what my head was doing? It was thinking Yoruba. You know, I grew up in Nigeria, in Lagos. So,
Okay.
dia, the dia thing there just translated it like maybe it's a Yoruba man she married and all of that. I confirmed it with my head. and I and the dia just entered. That's why even when you said onwa dia, I was still saying onwa dia. Did you? Ah, don't worry,
Some people will
I'm
call it
learning.
Omo dear. Oh, I say,
Eh,
what is
gịnị
the death
mba
of
mba
my
mba nke
husband?
ọnwụ
No, my
no no
husband
no
is still alive. It's not Omo dear. It's Oma
there's
dear.
no ọnwụ dị ya. No, that one is error. They should not do that. That one is deep. It is well. This is a great topic and really truly, I really enjoyed it. I've been enjoying it in the background, and all
Thank
I
you so
can
much.
really contribute is please, parents, let's be mindful of what we do before and after our kids. It's very important. Even as
Yeah.
content creators, let's be careful of what we are putting out on our
Mm.
content
Hmm.
because see,
Hmm.
social media no dey forget to
Okay, let
dey
me
It
give you
has
forget.
no
example. Mommy
memory.
Ese, you just say something. You remember when shower routine was raining?
Thank
Ah,
you.
Say,
I was
let me
scared.
tell you my story now. Shower routine. So one day I was carrying camera in the house as if I was vlogging. Okay, I'm going to do shower routine. I carried my light. I went to the bathroom. My children raced down to their father. Mommy is doing shower routine. Oh, mommy is doing shower routine. My father, my husband had to jump upstairs. Oh, yo, are you okay? I said, what is going on here that your children gathered? I said, I'm not doing shower routine. Oh. I was just here pretending
what
to be
were you
doing
doing with
vlog.
light in the
What
bathroom?
I
Are you
did light in
checking
the bathroom,
something?
Mbanu, were you checking
No,
or
I
something?
wanted to know what their reaction because they had warned me. You know what happened to me? I was with my big daughter. We were watching something. Then someone, you know the way we sub with each other, banana. So
Okay.
someone shower routine popped on my phone.
Okay.
You understand? So the girl, my daughter was like, "Mommy, you mean this person shower routine? Do they bait in on YouTube?" Hey, it became an education for me. So by the time I finished answering, so the next time I now say, let me prank my daughter. The moment they
Okay, that
saw
kind of
light,
prank.
they saw light.
Oyoyo.
Eh?
Hmm.
Oyoyo. One
Yes.
somebody I know. Thank God she's not here today. Somebody I know jumped into that shower routine and she was doing it. She was even doing it live, and then bam, camera, the tripod,
Hey.
everything. She
She
quickly
was
went
like,
Oh
offline
my God.
and went to delete the video. See, I'm going to shower routine. Mewe,
Shower
as I speak
routine.
now, she has gone to delete all her shower routine. She has done more than maybe up to 20 showers. She has gone to delete all from her channel. I said, but when you shower routine, they say it brings money. There's so much
which
money. The
money?
Sis,
the,
see,
the,
this
the,
You
the
know,
money,
revenue
which
is high,
money?
this
blah,
money
blah,
is a
blah.
problem.
Which
This
money? Do you
money
know what
thing,
my
eh?
daughter told me? My daughter said, "Mommy, after seeing that
Money.
pop up on my screen, so I started education and all that. She said, Mommy, the day you do shower routine, just know that I will stop school because I will not be harassed by my classmates. I will not
You
be
see?
embarrassed." I said, "What
You
do you mean?"
see?
You say you think they will not find out anything on internet? Somebody will definitely know, and I can't
That
be
is true.
ridiculed. A child of 10 telling me that.
Very sensitive. You see,
I
knowing
said,
that
"Wow."
stuff like that are
So when I
dangerous.
see those people on YouTube, I say, "Why is it that they have children?" I say, "Well, maybe their kids
Yeah,
are not inquisitive
yeah.
like my
Some
own
are,
children."
levels of this,
What I
some are
call it.
tastefully done, but a lot of them are track. Yes, I have that. This person I'm talking to, I was on one of her live one night, and then the way guys were, the kind of things guys were telling her, and I know she's a married woman. Those guys know she's married with children. I mean, teenage children. They know her
Hmm.
children are grown. But the kind of things they were saying to her because of those shower routine, I felt embarrassed.
You
I was
see?
like, yeah, I think it's because of the shower routine. That's why they have the guts. Because some of them do it so seductively. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
Hmm. It doesn't make sense.
it
Money
doesn't.
without
Hey,
dignity. Money without dignity. As in, they see, when these kids grow up, they will always remember, "Ah, my mom have a child." Even, wait, oh, let me even tell people something. Today, it was my premiere. Do you understand? My kids, once I'm playing my premiere in the house, they say, "Mom, every kitchen." So, my eldest child is 5 years old. He already knows the mom has a kitchen and he sees it on the screen. That is 5 years old. Do you
Mhm.
understand? So this child grows tomorrow. Hey, let me still go to my mommy's channel, see what my mom used to do, all those stuff. I know my mom could and all of that. Then my child will start seeing where I am doing shampoo, washing, and she what bikono. Let's be careful. Let's
this
really be
one, the
careful.
camera just tilt.
Ha,
The thing
bikono,
just tilt
no.
and pekus, breast,
I'm
everything.
I'm talking to
Bogodo.
everybody,
Yeah,
like
the speed.
everybody.
She went, she
Weapon.
will speed, she pulled down the light. See her. Oh, she gonna say, but please continue.
Make you dey watch the routine for am now. Can you imagine? But let's be serious. Let's all be careful. Kids are sensitive and
Yeah,
they
our
always don't
children
forget
watch.
what they watch. They don't forget what they see. Do you
Yeah.
understand? And they react to whatever we have been doing. And the one you are even trying to do that they just saw you and remove eyes, they will help you to accomplish it. So please,
Yes.
whatever
That
we
is
are
a
doing,
fact.
let's be
That is
very
a
careful. Very, very, like seriously.
Thank
Oh,
you,
that's why it
thank
reached me.
you,
Una
thank
gbali
you.
ala.
Daalụ
Since
rinne
people
nwaanyị
have
ọma, anyị
tried,
ga-ana
Oyoyo's fresh.
imechiela
Thank you
meeting.
so much.
Thank
I live
you.
in peace. I'm
Yes,
still on the
so
background for
yes,
the
Yes,
dance.
so
so
Please go and
thank
dance
you
for
so
us.
much.
Let me go and do other things.
No, today is 10:10. I wish I have 10:10 music that I will
Eh,
play. 10:10.
Ngwanu.
Wait, no, I think I have one music I'm going to play today just to remember.
Okay.
Hmm?
Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, we
Okay,
are
sis, I
leaving now,
leave.
guys. Thank you
All
so much,
right. Thank
everyone.
you.
The
Thank
bottom
you.
line
Thank
now
you.
is that, yeah, the bottom line now is that we need to just stop the bullying, the dragging, the trolling, and all the negativity on social media. Oyoyo Fresh have said it. Everyone in the chat, Mommy Fechi, Mommy Essie, Susan Herbal Tips, Nemu Zo AE29, because everyone have been saying it in the chat here as well. We just need to be kind. We just need to learn to love. We need to just show empathy. The world is going through a lot of negativity already. We need to. We need to just learn to be kind. Even if it's a smile, offer that smile to someone. An ordinary smile can actually help to lighten and brighten someone's day. You don't know who is having a difficult day. Just that smile is enough. That smile. Hello, how are you doing? Ask people genuinely, how are you doing? Hope you're good. It pays. Please, the world is going through a lot. Let's show love. Let's share love and pay it forward. Okay. Thank you, everyone in the chat. I won't be able to call your names off, but I really appreciate every one of you here. Thank you for your love and your support. You all have been. And your friend,
let me take my leave.
I love you. Okay.
Love you
I
too.
love you.
All right,
Yeah.
sis.
Yeah. Thank you so much. God bless every one of you for your love and your support. Until we meet again tomorrow, I remain Onwadia. You know what is dancing time? What is spicy talk with Onwadia without dance? What is love night with spice without dance? Now we just have to say goodbye, isn't it? Thank you all. Let's see, what do we play today? Let me see this. Let me see this. Okay, guys, let me give you my local flute today. Let's see. Not very long. Can you guys hear it? Yes, so bye everyone. See you guys tomorrow. Bye, 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 bye. Yeah, bye everyone.
Peace of mind, yeah. You make me feel what's like the ocean. You give me peace of mind, yeah. Your body saying on attention. You give me peace of mind, yeah. Baby, don't let me do it. Please give me peace of mind. Please give me peace of mind. I'm all like man. Give me peace of mind.
Bye everyone.
Give me peace of mind.
Thank you.
You give me peace of mind. You give me peace of mind. Yes, I need you because I want you. You're the only one for me. I'm coming home after the party. The world is stressing me out. You because I know you got it. And you're my company. Anytime I call you, you turn up. And you always come through for me. Peace of mind, yeah. You make me feel what's like the ocean. You give me peace of mind, yeah. Your body saying on attention. You give me peace of mind, yeah. Baby, don't let me do it. Please give me peace of mind. Please give me peace of mind. You give me peace of mind. You give me peace of mind.
Good night, everyone. You need grace. You need grace. I love you, everyone. Bye. Good night. Annie's inside. Good night. Thank you, guys. Love you. Bye.